All right, everybody, welcome to another episode, the 150th episode of the Ponytails podcast. We are so psyched. This is the first time we've done this with like a multiple camera thing. This is hopefully the future of the show as we move along and grow. So this is pretty cool.
One day.
Hell yeah. My guest today, Jacob Levine. Man, dude, biggest fan of the Ponytails podcast.
Take that.
Right? I mean, that's... Sorry, Angie.
Not sorry, Angie.
Hey, man. So welcome to Portland. We're here and in person. This is so cool. We're gonna be drinking some gin. Hell yeah. Portland Dry, yeah, and some Hum kombucha. Thanks a lot. Shout out to the folks at Hum. Mitchell, you were awesome. You poured this, and I'll talk about some other friends here on the show, and we can jump into the show. A couple of announcements, guys. Sign up for our newsletter. That's basically the latest thing. Please sign up for newsletter. Support us that way so you can find out who's coming on their episodes, who's up next, and you can keep up with things happening on the show. That's at theponytailspodcast.com. Big shout out to Metscher, who is currently hiring for his organization. He does coaching, and he's killing at it with Southwestern Consulting. Reach out to us if you want to learn a bit more about how to make it there. A lot of their people do really, really well, and if you like the idea of helping people that way, that is one way to do it. Number 2, Cardinal Senior Benefits. Shout out to them. Quintin Roberts. They are in the insurance business. If you guys are wanting to do a lot with the culture aspect of Southwestern and what you enjoyed, that is what you guys want to do. Definitely make sure you reach out. So many of their agents are averaging about 30 to 40 hours a week. And, you know, I think gross profit a week is like, or gross revenue a week is like 15,000 or something for those people, so it's not bad. We're above, so it's pretty cool. If you guys want to learn more about that, reach out to us. We can put you in touch with them. And of course, Elevate Wellness. If you guys just got done selling books and you're going to Sizzler, are you going to Sizzler?
I am.
They're doing the Sizzler shred over at Elevate Wellness. Huge. They're looking to give away several thousands of dollars in prize money for winning their competition of who can get into the best shape before you guys get to Sizzler. So the Sizzler shred competition is on. The more people that join, the bigger the pot. So make sure you guys reach out. You can click on the link below, find out more information. All right, man. Let's jump in. Let's do this fucking shit. Oh my god, dude, you're here.
I know. It's a long time coming.
All right. Well, first of all, I mean, what do you think of Portland? I know I've asked you a couple times, but now it's been like 3 days. So like, give me the good, the bad, and the ugly.
It's a good city to visit so far. A lot of things to do. A lot of different food options and bar options and activities.
Yeah. America, baby.
America.
Freedom. The weed's good too.
Weed is not bad.
The weed's not. Weed's not bad. Well, I'm glad you're here.
Yeah.
Welcome to Portland.
Hopefully I mixed it well. I haven't bartended in a while.
Yeah, you know, if it is what it is. If it sucks, you know, the kombucha will make the gin better. Hopefully the gin's good.
Hopefully,
we know the kombucha's good.
It was a gamble on the gin.
Yeah, but it says Portland Dry, so we had to try it. All right, man. Well, if you guys don't know about Jacob, so he just got done with your 4th summer. Mm-hmm. So 4 summers in the bookfield, Eagle Blitz organization originally.
Kaka.
What's that?
Kaka.
Oh, Jesus. These Florida kids. Originally from Orlando?
South Florida.
Ah, cool. And now you're living in Orlando, but we'll see. Yeah, still a student. Maybe I'll get you to Portland. Maybe I'll get you to move.
Maybe not.
Yeah, man. So let's just dive right in. You just got done with your Southwestern career, and I want to talk about the fact of what you actually do, because the reason that we're set up like this with these awesome cameras is that you are so good at videos, man. You make some amazing videos. If you guys haven't checked it out, go to YouTube, Jacob Levine. It's gonna be. We spent hours just watching videos, and you're so fucking talented, dude. So tell me a little bit about how you got into that, and then we'll see where this conversation takes us. No agenda here. Let's do it.
Yeah, so it was pretty random. Growing up, I actually wanted to be a lawyer my entire life. My dream was actually to go to Harvard. And then I got into high school, and one day I had a meeting with my career counselor, and she was like, you're not going to fucking Harvard. Because I wasn't really that great at school. I didn't really do anything extraordinary. And she was like, there's no chance you're going to Harvard. I was like, that sucks. And so then I kind of switched gears, and I figured maybe I'll go into my plan was to go into forensic science and become an FBI agent, because I watched a lot of cop shows growing up. Yeah, so I felt like I was pretty knowledgeable with that. Like I watched like Dexter and CSI and Bones, and like every cop show you could think of. I watched with my dad. So I was like, I'll just do that. And then during the holidays of my junior year, my friend Alex, he had got a drone as a present, I think for Christmas or something, and it was just really cool. Like it could fly and like stay in place, and you can see from it like on the like big controller, and I just thought it was like sick. And I'm an only child growing up, so I got a lot of what I wanted growing up. I was somewhat spoiled.
Good.
And so I was like, Dad, I want this cool fucking drone thing. But it was expensive and, you know, whatnot. So I'd kind of like sell him on it. And so my sell to him was that I would make videos with it. I would get use out of it because he was a photographer, like as a hobby all his life. And so that's something he was passionate about. And so I convinced him to get me it. And so once I had it, I still only wanted it because it was cool. But now that I had it, I had to use it. Yeah. And so I would just, like in my neighborhood or like on the street corners, just like put the drone up and like get cool shots, and then I would put it into this like super shitty editing software that I found online, and it would be horrible with like this bad like film like filter and you know like cheesy music, and it was horrible.
What you see the average person do?
Yeah, no, worse than the average person. But the weird thing was is I really enjoyed it. Like I really enjoyed the act of like getting the footage, putting to editing, putting music to it, and having like a final product to show for it. And so this YouTuber I watched, Casey Neistat, really big at the time, he said on one of his vlogs, like, if you want to get good at video and editing, best thing to do is start a daily vlog, because it's just a lot of like repetition, trial and error, day after day after day. And so I was like, I'll just do that. And so I asked my dad if I could borrow one of his old video cameras from like 5-10 years old, and he said yeah, and I started a daily vlog, and I did that every day for like over a year.
Holy shit. So yeah. Then could you tell me, you could obviously tell the difference between day 1 and day 365.
Yeah.
Damn. And this is just all with drones, or you were doing all
No. So it was mostly with my dad's old camera. Like I would literally take it everywhere. Like whether I was at school or hanging out with friends or whatever.
What year was this?
This was I graduated 2017, 2016, 15-ish. 16. It was April 2016.
My last summer when you got
Yeah. April.
That's wild, dude.
April 2016. April 1st, 2016. First vlog.
So, after that, like, because where I met you, or at least how I know you, is you're the guy that does, like, the Sizzler videos. Mm-hmm. Right? So then, like, how did that go? Like, did you start, I know you were telling me even before we filmed, like, a lot of it was self-taught, like, on YouTube and stuff like that, and I asked you, like, how much of this is YouTube, how much of it is just your trial and error, how much of it is, like, you just learning and failing? Like, how did you go from the vlog to, like, this sick-ass, like, video of, like, EDC and all these other things that you're doing? Like, what was that progression?
Yeah. It had a long time before, like, it started picking up. So it's funny, you know, a lot of people and friends will ask me for, like, advice when it comes to video stuff. And my biggest advice is just cameras in general. My biggest advice was always to get or at least understand camera settings, which is it's 3 things: aperture, shutter speed, and ISO. It's not important what they mean, but in my opinion, all photography is understanding camera settings, lighting, and composition. That's it. That's
really
that's everything that goes into photography. Because if you have your camera settings the way you want them, if your shot is composed and it's lit, that's what the photo is. Nothing else makes up the photo. And so camera settings is a third of that. It's pretty important.
Right.
It wasn't until... So I started end of junior year. It wasn't until start of college that I even learned what camera settings were.
Oh, you were just taking pictures of whatever. And your dad didn't teach you anything?
No, because I was doing video, and he never did video.
You didn't care.
So I just set it to auto and just carried it around. Didn't know what it was doing. Oh, yeah, I know. I was horrible.
Yikes.
I was horrible. They're disgusting.
Yeah, you sucked.
I wouldn't. Please, no one go watch them. They're all bad.
Or do. It's fun.
No.
It's like our first episode. You know, the episode with Meredith Gardner where we're like, we don't know what we're doing.
Yeah, I know. Don't watch them.
It's great. It's good. It shows the
But at least episodes back then were good content. Mine wasn't good content either.
I mean, it's still good to celebrate. Like, you ever go back to see like your stats from your first week selling books or something like that? You're like, it's kind of like that. You're like, damn, I came a long way, bro.
Yeah. I have a story with that later on, but yeah, no, for sure.
Okay, so anyway, so we'll get to that. But
yeah.
But so you started, you get to college, you figure out camera settings, and
senior year, my dad bought me a new camera. So that was the first like uptick. It was a camera with like a interchangeable lens option. So it was still a cheap camera. It was like a few $100, and then the lens was like $100, whatever. But it was compared to what I had, it was leaps and bounds above. Started that, and then when I got to college, I had saved up some money and I bought a nicer camera. It was actually pretty nice and could actually make some good content. I started to learn about how like lenses and camera settings and all this stuff could like actually contributes to making a good image. Like, so I actually got like the structure of how to like do it. And then there's a lot more practice, a lot of inspiration from YouTubers, you know, different YouTubers that had different like styles and techniques that I kind of like drew from. I did a film festival. So Amazon hosts a college film festival every year.
So cool. This is awesome.
And so, but I'm still am. I'm not good at having ideas for things to shoot. That's why I do a lot of like commercial work. And so I went to this meeting to like have them explain to us the film festival, and afterwards I don't know how, but I think they separated us into like writers and whatever. Anyway, I just like approached this guy who said he had a short film written for already, but didn't have a cinematographer. I was like, hey, I don't have a story, but I know how to shoot stuff. Like, do you want to do this together? He's like, sure. So we ended up making a short film, first ever short film I ever made. And how it works, they have like hundreds of submissions, like 200, 300, 400 submissions, and they only premiere at the premiere the top 16, and they don't tell you the order. And so you don't know if you made it until you see it up on the screen.
So you could go 16 films, and that's a good way to keep people though, to watch all of them.
So we show up, we're there for the premiere, and we're sitting. Film goes by, it's not mine, and they were like, dude, it's our first one, these people have been doing this for years and years, like it's okay. And I'm like, no, like, come on, we got this. And then I think it was like the 13th, 14th film, it was ours.
And they popped yours up. And then this is before you sold books even.
Oh yeah, this is freshman year of college.
Okay, so you didn't even know what Southwestern remotely was.
No.
At any point.
No.
Your counselor was suggesting you get books like that to help you get A's so you get to Harvard. But other than that, there's
yeah. Other than that, no.
So your film comes out. What does that fucking feel like? I feel like,
dude, I screamed. I jumped on my chair. I was like,
so
that's my fucking
so
film.
Cool.
That's my fucking film. Yeah, no, it felt great.
Give me the gin. Let's get drunk.
It felt great. It was like, it was the first time where I was like, okay, I'm actually good at this. Like this is confirmation that I'm good at this.
Okay, so on that, I got a question about this. So yeah, I'm gonna phrase it so you understand, because you've seen me do some other things I like to do, right? Like podcasting, it was a learned passion, but comedy is like a born passion. Mm-hmm. So is this making videos? Was it because of your dad's influence and like you're doing a vlog that you learned it as a passion, or was it inside, like you just didn't know you had it, you got a camera, and then you realized, oh, this is what I was meant to do? Like, what is it like for you?
Yeah, it's kind of the second one. Like, I had no innate talent. None whatsoever.
Interesting.
But I definitely had some sort of innate passion for it, because from the moment I made that first drone video, I was like, I like this.
This is sweet.
Like, there's something about it where I was like, I like this. Like,
right.
And then eventually I was like, I want to do this for a job.
But do you think that it's like, wow, this is what I was born to do? Is how I feel about it, or is it more like I'm just good at this and I love that I'm good at it? People love doing what they're good at.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Maybe there was no. I think it's just like, I think at this point, I can't imagine doing anything else. Like I couldn't imagine having any other job.
Yeah, that's how I feel about this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I still want to do comedy on the side, but like this is so fun.
Yeah, and it's like, cause like I'll talk to my friends and they'll be like, you know, especially like since I sold books for a while, they're like, Jacob, like when are you gonna get like, you know, a real job and blah blah blah. And I'm like, guys, I could never work a salary 9 to 5. I could not do that.
Yeah.
And they're like, come on. I'm like, I couldn't do that. I there's no amount of money someone could pay me for them to tell me when I have to work and how much I get paid to do it.
Yeah. It's hard. I've tried it too. It's just, you can't.
And so, like, I'm really grateful the fact that I have gained this skill that I can use to, you know, live the life I want to live. If I didn't have photo and video, like, as a skill and as a passion, I'd probably just try to become DSL. I would have.
Fair enough. Well, because you're so brilliant at it, though. Like, you're so good at this. We were actually putting it into terms of, like, when we were talking at the bar, and I was like, okay, if like the best videographer is, like, the record, 30,000 units, how many units are you as far as, like, skill-wise, right? Because it's hard to, like, people who don't understand, and this is actually, if you look at your videos, and you look, like, we were looking at the Sizzler videos, and we looked at, like, the 2012 Sizzler video versus what you did for Sizzler last year, and it's, like,
there's no comparison.
You don't even, it's like,
it's not the same kind of video.
The 2012 video is like, I don't even know how to describe it. Like flag
like
football for 5-year-olds, and your stuff is like NFL.
It was like an uncle at like a family reunion with like a you know,
like
little
a camcorder.
Yeah. It's like, hey, say hi to the camera.
Yeah.
No offense to whoever made that.
Yeah.
But also,
you guys did great.
But also, you didn't.
But Jacob's just really good.
Also, you didn't do a good job. So.
Also, yeah, that was not good, and you cut too much. But anyway, so that's what I mean. Like it. So like best videographer on earth, or like at least in your opinion, where would you say like your skill is? Because I know I got an answer, but
yeah, I don't want to be as cocky as I was last night because now we're in front of everyone. But
who gives a fuck?
I mean,
nobody else is watching. It's just you and me.
Over 10,000.
Yeah, I would agree. I was gonna put you at 20,000 units from
no,
what I've seen,
I wouldn't
bro.
say I'm 20.
The guy that you were showing me with the editing, that dude's
Danny.
a stud as well. But he's got good editing
on
skills.
YouTube.
No.
My friend,
your buddy. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for editing, he's probably like.
I mean,
over 15,000.
Amazing.
Yeah,
he's but you're like that, like
because
bro.
The thing is, he's more passionate about editing. Because like, if I wanted to, I could figure out how to do that stuff, but that shit takes
a while.
like he edits the videos for like I'll edit my videos anywhere from like half an hour to a few hours, like 2-3 hours. He'll edit for days, like literal days. Because he enjoys it. Like, I'll shoot for days. I could shoot every second of my entire life and fucking love every moment of it. Because I love shooting cool shit. But editing, it's like I think I have to do.
Right. It's like a chore. But for him, that's his thing.
For him, that's his thing.
And shooting is the chore.
Yeah, he's not bad at shooting, but I would say...
You guys would be a good combo. You guys should go into business together.
We work together a lot on sorority stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I shoot a lot of sorority videos. In the past, he's edited them because I had sold books.
Yeah, you guys, that's a team right there.
Yeah.
But okay, hang on. So go back. We went on a tangent there. I was asking because you said like you saw your movie come out, and it shows up on the screen, and at that moment you're like, "Fuck, I'm good at this."
Well, yeah,
because
like,
I can do this.
It's kind of like when like someone like is a singer, and their whole life they sing to themselves and their family and friends, and I was like, "Oh, good job, you know, Johnny." And then one day they like sing at a club and they get a standing ovation. It's like, okay, it's not just people being nice.
Yeah, I am good at this.
Like, I'm good at this.
That happened to me when I was doing stand-up.
Yeah.
Because you go to open mics, you're like, I mean, these people are drunk. Of course they're going to clap. You know, they're drunk.
Yeah.
But then you do like a competition or you do something like that, and like people
that don't have to be nice.
People are like clapping and like cheering and whistling.
Yeah.
And like, man, it's pretty electric. So it changes your perspective on who you are.
Yeah.
Right. It gives you that boost. So you get to this film festival, you see your film on there, and then how did you go from that to, you know, videos of sorority girls doing shots?
Yeah. So from there, that was freshman year. So from there, it was, again, I had no, like I was still doing vlogs now and then, and I was just like maybe making videos for fun. I had no like concept or interest or knowledge of like getting paid for it. And then my first ever paid gig is actually a really funny story. These two guys DM me on Instagram. I'm sitting in history class freshman year, and these two guys DM me, and like, hey, we're musicians or art or rappers or whatever. Do you want to make a music video with us? And me being, you know, a schmuck who's never gotten paid to video everything, I'm like, yeah, sure.
So I love shooting.
Yeah, sure. Random guy on Instagram I never met. Yeah, I'd love to make a music video with you. And so, anyway, we talk for a while, get the details straight, and they say, okay, we're performing a live set at this club. Come out, shoot it. You know, call it a day. I'm like, sure. Andres. I thought I was gonna die. I pull up. It's like a literal biker bar on a highway. Like, I'm parking in like, you know, like a hole. In Florida.
Yeah.
Like outskirts of Orlando. I'm parking in like a hole. It's like close to midnight, you know, on like a Tuesday. And I walk in. It's like a small bar, like a tiny stage. And they're like in the corner. There's this girl who looks like she does not want to be there. These guys look so disheveled and like disgusting. And I'm like, hey. And again, me, fucking Boca kid, freshman year of college. Hey guys, I got my camera here. and they're like, hey. And so they pay me like $100 or whatever. And I shoot it. Literally me trying to be a big shot. I like my big gimbal, my big camera, walking through these like bikers that are getting drunk in the crowd, just like, hey, watch out, I'm shooting video here. And like and the music so bad. Like,
I hope you don't watch this.
Like, you
guys are great.
Have you seen the bit that Jimmy Fallon does where he like plays bad records and like he's like, guys, they're real, I promise. Like that, they're that bad.
Just terrible.
Yeah. Anyway, that was my first ever paid gig.
Nice, dude.
And then
when you get paid, you're like, oh my god.
Yeah.
It's strange.
It was.
Yeah.
It was weird. Yeah.
Same thing. I'm related with comedy.
Yeah.
Same thing. It's like, what do you charge? You're like,
you want to give me money? Well, here's what really got weird. So jumping forward a little bit. So end of freshman year comes around. I got recruited to sell books. We'll talk about later. Start of spring sophomore year, and so my money goal was $15,000 to buy a camera that I wanted that cost $15,000. I know, and so
a whole check.
Yeah, literally, most of my checks have gone towards cameras, but not exclusive to this one. Half my check probably is going to camera gear.
It's so badass.
And so that was the plan. And then I found this camera that did almost everything this camera I wanted did. Almost everything. But it cost like $2,000. Like $2,500. And so I bought that camera before the summer.
Shit.
But what was funny, days after I buy the camera, I'm talking to my friend who's in a sorority. And I'm friends with a lot of girls in this one sorority at the time. And she's like, hey, Jacob, I just got put in this position. We need a recruitment video. Do you want to shoot our recruitment video? I'm like, yeah, sure. I said that intending to do it for free. She says, how does $2,000 sound?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You know what? I usually charge $5, but for you.
I'll knock it down.
For you.
No, but I was like, yeah, that pays for the camera I just got. And so I did a video. They ended up having like extra money in the budget, so they paid me $3,000 instead.
Oops.
I know.
Damn.
And
you got to hang out with a bunch of sorority chicks.
And I get paid $1,000 to hang out with sorority chicks.
And they're not just like, hi, or a fee, or whatever the fuck. They were being friendly.
I mean, I was friends with most of them as it was.
Sure,
yeah.
You know.
But yeah.
It's a recruitment video.
Yeah, it was fun. And so that was the first like actual like.
So you're a net $1,000, well, $1,100 up in your career. Wow, what a start!
Yeah,
it's a good week.
Yeah, it's a good week. and it was for like I think like 5 days, like 4 or 5 days of shooting and then editing it. That was it. And then so that was the first one. And then when I came back, I just did all their videos the next year. and then other sororities hired me to do the videos because they
Referred you?
well, yeah, they just heard about me, yeah. And
So like they put out, it's just simple. They put out this video.
well,
that you
they
made.
show it. They show it to the potential girls, like when they're at their house.
Right, and then those girls end up in another sorority sometimes.
Yeah.
And they're like that guy.
Yeah,
Did a video.
and like girls talk. I don't know, pan love, whatever. And so I got hired by another sorority, and
They're all paying you. Did you up your prices or did you keep it at?
no, well, I didn't even have prices back then. Like they just gave me $3,000. And I said sure. Like I didn't have a set payment thing.
But how much did you charge?
I had to make one. Yeah, I charged the other sororities because now I was getting paid to do stuff.
So you're like $3,000 each.
No, I had a payment plan. It was like per event or whatever. But yeah, I mean it came out to like a few grand per sorority.
That's not bad.
Yeah, and
That's
then
not bad at all.
It's not bad at all. And then I used to guest bartend for this company that like does guest bartending for a long time. Did pretty well at it. So I was good friends with like the owner of the company. And then one day he texts me. He's like, "Hey, do you still do like video stuff?" Because we had talked. I told him I do video stuff. So I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Do you want to shoot for this nightclub?"
Oh baby.
I'm like, "Yeah." And so that opened a lot of doors because it was like a big nightclub in the area. They had like famous people come by, like Ray Alexandro and Tory Lanez.
Right.
The baby is sang there. Jack Harlow. Yeah, like all these people that I got to meet. Like after the show and everything. So that was pretty cool. And yeah, it's all just snowballed.
You had already sold books at this point. You'd have gone for what?
Yeah, because it was COVID. It was right after like the big hit of COVID.
What's that?
Sorry, it's flu. Yeah,
the flu.
It's weird flu. Yeah.
This is a running joke.
So
on
that was
podcast.
post. I know. I listen to the podcast.
I know. I'm a fan. Cheers to you, sir.
Cheers.
So then, damn, you're doing all this shit.
But yeah, so it just snowballs. Like to summarize, like it just
right,
snowballed. And all the money I made just went into camera gear.
Yeah, but what you're like, this is a classic thing when you notice people are naturally good at something. Whoa, that was annoying. Where you notice that someone's naturally gifted at something, that like, that it's that, what do you, unconsciously competent.
Yeah.
Where it's like, to you it makes sense because you were just like, oh yeah, I'll just do this video. But what you're, the other part of the story is, and I commend you for this, is that like, people had to see your shit before they called you, right? Like when one sorority told the other sorority, look, he did this video for us, right? And then you look look at that video, and she's like, wow, this is great. And then you just started getting better, obviously, right? So by the time that you get to like these nightclubs doing this thing, like if the first one was garbage or shit or mediocre even, you would have got asked to do more.
Yeah.
So because you're a humble dude, right? I mean, I'm saying this for people listening. That's how it works, right? It had to be, the product had to be good. Yeah. Otherwise it doesn't happen like this. This is natural progression, right? And that's what gives you confidence that you're doing a good job. But it's, if it sucked, it would have stopped after the first sorority video. They would be like, oh, hey, thanks.
Yeah. And
that was good.
And that's the biggest piece of like advice I give to small business people, because a lot of times, like mostly book kids will ask me about like, how hey Jacob, how do you balance your business at home with Southwestern stuff? And my first advice is always what you're saying. It's like, you got to have a good product, because book kids, we're used to already having a good product and not have to worry about that. And all we have to worry about is like the sales cycle and effort attitude. You're like, well,
there's a lot of things that are already taken care of, but that's one of them.
Yeah. Like there's so many variables that are taken out, and it's just effort, attitude, and the scripts. That's it.
Yeah.
And so when they run their own business, they forget, like, first you need to perfect your product so it's a product that's good enough where when you do get it in front of someone, they want it.
Right.
Like if they're a buyer, they'll buy it.
Right.
And so yeah, and that's something I think I have done, like, not being too guy, but
that's
something I've done well with.
You're good. Yeah, it's good.
It's not hard for me to get clients, because as soon as they know how good I am, they want to hire me. Actually, I have a really funny story about that. So the same nightclub, right after I did like one night for them to like show them,
it's like a sample.
Yeah, exactly.
Sam's Club sample.
And so one of the owners of the nightclub, super direct, no bullshit kind of guy, like the kind of guy that could also run a mob if he wanted to. He calls me.
Probably does.
Maybe. He calls me and he's like, hey, Jacob, saw your stuff. We want to hire you, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, that sounds great. And, like, he really, like, wanted to underpay me a lot. He was like, I'll pay you $50 a night or whatever. And I took it because it was the first time I was going to offer, like, a consistent gig. And it's a good opportunity, all that, whatever. And then, like, right after I got off the call, I'm, like, bitching about, like, I was in the car with my friend. I was, like, bitching about how, like, this club always does this shit, how, like, they don't pay well, they don't treat their blah, blah, blah well. Like, just, like, shitting on this club and the guy specifically. I get a call back from the guy. He says, hey, Jacob. He says, before you talk shit about, like, on the guy hiring you, make sure you hang up the phone.
Oh, shit. You heard it all.
Heard it all. And he hangs up.
Fuck.
He calls me back.
Oh.
He says, you know what, Jacob? I should, fire you and tell you to go fuck yourself the rest of your life. But you're really good at video. And I think you'll do a good job here.
You're right.
So how does $100 a night sound? I said, that sounds great. And he hung up.
And then you hung up. And you were like, fuck that guy.
But this guy, even though he, in the moment, hated my guts, wanted me so bad.
Because of your skill.
Because I'm really good at video.
Hell yeah, man. Cheers to that again. Drink your damn drink. I'm out here getting drunk. Hell yeah, dude. That's what I mean. That's what I'm talking about.
That was fun.
And that's what it takes. You know, I mean, there's other stuff. You know, your legal stuff, turning it into an LLC, make sure you're not, gonna, be liable for dumb shit.
But in terms of, like, the sale.
Yeah. If you have a good product, it's easy. Well, no.
It's easier.
It's easier, yeah. Or it's less complicated. It's simpler. It's simpler. Is the word, yeah. Not easier. It's simpler.
Because more variables taken out.
Right. It's because it's like they can't object. There was an Instagram audio that was going around, and it's like, hey man, listen, don't call me if you want the best prices. You're not gonna get the best prices. Call me if you want the best product. If you want the best work done, I got the best work in the city. Call me, but don't call me about the best price. And don't call me if you're a friend, be like, give me a discount because you're not supporting me as a business, which I agree with, right? Right? People are like, oh, can I get a discount for sponsoring? No, bitch, like, I'm working, trying to feed my dogs here, you know?
Yeah.
But the same thing with you, right? It's like, it's not cheap. I know. Because I know it's good. Like, you're going to get this. This is how good it is. It's great, yeah. I mean, shit, go check out your YouTube channel, right? People should just go check out the YouTube channel. You're very, very talented. So, we're looking forward to doing this Euro tour.
That'd be fun.
Doing some hype videos for the podcast.
That'd be really hype.
Hell yeah, we'll take you along. I know what we're paid for, but it's good. It's good stuff. Okay, so then how did the Sizzler stuff start? Like, how did you get asked about that? Like, and then we'll go into your Southwestern stuff. This is good mid transition.
Yeah. So I didn't. So I hit Sizzler, which we'll talk about how later, but I just wanted to video it. I enjoy things more when I'm videoing them.
Dope. Yeah, makes sense.
And so I brought my big camera. My big cinema camera to Sizzler. And when cool shit happened, I videoed it. And then after Sizzler, I was like, hey, Southwestern, here's this cool video Sizzler if you want it. And they're like, yeah. And then next year comes around, and I hit Sizzler, I'll talk about how later. But they're like, hey, Jacob, do you want to make the video again? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, we'll pay you this time. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, you should.
And the same thing happened this year, and yeah, it's just how it's been.
Hell yeah. Sweet video.
Yeah.
This might be a good time to go back to your Southwestern career now.
Maybe.
And if we have to jump back and forth,
we will.
Whatever.
There's more to talk about for sure.
Yeah, for sure. But okay, so on that note, pour some more drinks.
Okay.
And then some more friends. Big shout out over to Southwestern Real Estate, baby. Pat Roach. Oh, you worked with Pat's daughter.
Yeah.
That's something that we can talk about too.
We can talk about.
Oh man, big shout out to Pat Roach. If you guys are looking for a career switch, this is a good time to get in the industry. What a culture, dude! You met Pat. Like, what a guy.
Yeah.
Dude, what a stud of a man. He's such a cool dude.
Great
I
guy.
love Pat. Big fan of Pat. So anyway, if you guys looking for a career change, Southwestern Real Estate, great culture, great environment. I'll have more. Yeah, make that heavy. Whoa. We're gonna get smoked. Yeah, if you reach out. We've had several of guests on our show. That's gone. I think we have another one. Yeah, just mix it. It's fine. Yeah, screw it. We have had several of guests here on the show that are from Southwestern Real Estate. They love what they're doing, so reach out to us if you guys want more details on how to switch into careers like that. Again, big shout out to Cardinal Student Benefits. They are doing a fantastic job. Their top 10 agents are just making, I think, 60,000
Oh yeah.
a month or some shit like that. It's crazy. Just call us, learn more information about it. Message us on Instagram. You get more info. And then
If I didn't do video, I'd probably sell life insurance.
dude, they're crushing it over
Yeah,
there.
it's so much money.
So much money. Dude.
Yeah.
Damn. So, all right, wind the clocks back. So we're sitting in 2017, spring.
No, 2019.
20. You got recruited in 2019.
Sophomore year.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, wait, 2019.
You graduated in 2018.
2017.
No, oh, yeah, sophomore year, then and end of sophomore year. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yep.
Gucci, I'm with you.
Yep.
So this is before the pandemic hits.
Yep.
We're talking about
Last summer before the pandemic.
the last big summer before the pandemic hits.
Last summer in general, yeah.
Yeah. Wow, what a time. So
Yeah.
crazy to think.
Sorry,
Like, how
flew.
different.
Flew.
It's only 3 years, like, right? But, like, God
Different world.
damn, man. It's a different type of place. Just like even being here is just in Portland with all this stuff is so crazy. But, okay. Wind the clocks back.
Yep.
How did you get recruited? I love the recruitment stories. This is my favorite part of the episode. Almost always. Because it's like,
I have a good one.
You fell into it. Which is good. It's a good thing. Go sell books or whatever.
I have a pretty crazy, happenstance. Yeah, I told you.
Wow.
So I was a survey.
You were a survey name. Let's go.
But this wasn't your run-of-the-mill survey. So I'm a film major. So I take
what?
Yeah, I know. So I take film classes, right?
Makes sense. Checks out.
Sophomore year, I only had one in-person class.
Oh, because everything's modules online and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, so the pandemic wasn't even that big of a deal to your class
No.
schedule. Like, oh. Cool.
But it was an upper level 6 p.m. film class.
Late. Who's doing surveys that late?
Exactly. So apparently, it was Maddie and Alex. I'm Maddie Greger now.
Maddie Greger, yeah. By the way, shout out to her. We have an episode with Maddie. Nick Taberti did that one.
Yeah.
Great episode.
Great episode. Great
Yeah.
call. Shout out Maddie. Thanks. And so apparently, I found out later on, the class she was supposed to survey got canceled.
Oh, nice. So then she was like,
And so the only other class that was around, I guess, was
film studies.
late night film studies.
You guys were watching Pulp Fiction or some shit.
My only class of the semester. Maddie, or I honestly don't remember who did the survey, but the classic. They walk in, hey, make $8,000 internship, blah blah blah. I was like,
College credit.
I don't have an internship. I don't even know of an internship. So I should probably hear about this. And so I fill it out. And I think it was like 11 a.m. or noon or something on Sunday, and I get woken up by Maddie.
Yeah, at noon. You get woken up at noon.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. If I was up before noon, it was an early day back then. I was usually up by
Wow.
like 2 or 3.
You get up at 6 here.
I know. I got 6 at home. A lot's changed, Andres.
You've grown.
We'll talk about that.
We're getting there.
We'll talk about that. But yeah, so she's like, hey, can you make it to this time? Like, yeah, sure. She's like, are you a liable person? Yeah, sure. And so I think she committed to 11 a.m. And I was like, yeah, I guess I can get up for that. And so...
God, 5 in the morning for you. That's what that's like at that point.
Oh, yeah.
That's like someone
I was
go to a meeting at 5 a.m.
I was probably going to sleep, 4 on average.
College is good in Florida, huh?
Well, I only had one class a week. I had no reason to be awake. I had no reason to be awake. I had no responsibilities. No class. I just got drunk till 2, played video games till 4, and then watched YouTube till 5 or 6.
The life of an 18 to 20-year-old college kid in Florida, man. Well, really college kid in the United States.
Yeah, it's the life. But,
wow.
So anyway, I came to it. I show up, and you know who ran that info?
Mark Rao.
Naomi Kaufman.
Naomi Nam Jam.
Yeah.
We love you, Nam Jam.
Yeah.
Sorry about those loud claps. Ooh, you might have to edit that out.
Make sure you look at the camera, by the way, not the monitor.
Oh, yeah. I forget. Hey. Yeah.
Sure. But yeah, and so...
Don't edit that out. I want that in there.
Yeah, I'll leave it in there. I'll leave it in there. Yeah.
So people listening will be like, fucking Andres, what an asshole. Yeah.
Raw.
This is the point of this podcast. We're just talking. We're just
this is great. It feels natural.
But when I do want to give a shout out, I give a shout out to Nam Jam, and I'm looking at here. We love you, girl.
Yeah.
Anyway, Maddie Gregor, Nam Jam does your info, and you're like, oh dang,
so
I gotta do this.
She talks about making money, whatever. Talks about gaining skills. Cool, skills are nice. But like talks to a lot of people, and then like, oh, I work 80 hours a week. Honestly, I can't recall my thoughts. I think I was like on my phone. I was not. During the whole process, I was the worst person you can ever imagine.
We hated you.
Hated me.
This is in 2019, right? So, like, most kids your age at that point are, like, on their phone all the time anyway. So nobody was offended by it anyway.
I don't know what I was doing. I think I said I was taking notes on my phone, even though it said not to do that, but I was really just probably fucking off. Anyway.
They let you through.
We get to the end.
Cut your ass.
We get to the end, and I split off, and I sit down with Maddie, and Maddie follows up with me, and then we set up a first interview. I said I would show up, so I did. I didn't do the assignment. I didn't read the things.
Of course not.
I didn't read them. She's like, "Did you read them?"
Playing Smash Bros.
She's like, "Did you read them?" I said, "No." She's like, "Okay, read them now." So I read them now. But we talked, and I was one of those people. I was never like a 10. I was never a 10. I was just like, this seems interesting enough to keep hearing about it. So I'll just keep showing up to stuff.
I know what you're talking about.
I was that person.
We've all had those recruits.
I was that
person.
person.
It's like,
I'll just keep showing up.
And on the other hand, like for people listening who didn't sell books or who didn't full time, it's like, or didn't try to recruit. On the other hand,
you'll take those.
They were both like, yeah, I'll take this. Whatever, it's a body. You know?
Yeah.
But we're not excited on the other end either.
No.
We're just like,
so I did that.
Just keep showing up.
And then she gave me a second interview. I called 2 people. 1 answered.
Nice. Yep.
So
and they were like, it's great.
You're supposed to call 5. But the fact of the matter is, I didn't have anything better to do. That was the really all of it. My only other options was taking some classes, which didn't sound fun. Being a camp counselor, which I did for years.
Oh.
I know. It's fun. It was a fun job. Or fucking... Actually, this is funny. I was trying to get a job with a bartender, which I would have took. Luckily, I didn't get it.
Yeah.
But...
Where would your life be?
It was like sit around doing nothing for a summer, or really my main attraction to the job was I figured I'd have a really great story to tell my kids one day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's true. You're telling it now.
I am. So that was really it for me. I was like, this seems like a fun thing to do. Like, you know.
But did you Google it? I mean, I
no.
Oh man.
Did I Google it? Dude, no.
Well, I don't know.
I didn't read.
I
didn't read what she gave me.
Yeah, you didn't give a shit.
You think I was gonna read extra stuff?
Well, some kids do. They come back like, so I Googled that, and you're like, fuck.
No, I didn't.
I'm gonna have to talk to you about how Jesus and Walmart also get hate.
I literally just kept showing up.
You know, you're that kid. But also, you were a pony then. We're all ponies.
Yeah.
You have to be a pony to go.
Total
somewhere.
pony.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We've said this on the show.
There was nothing Maddie could have said to me that would have been wrong, and I wouldn't come out.
You might be considered a pedophile by moms you meet. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll go. Challenge accepted.
Yeah.
So, all right, you get selected. You get to go. This is in early spring. You don't show up to any meetings, probably.
No, I showed up to everything.
Oh, so you were coaching.
I showed up
after you got selected. You were like, I'm there.
No, well, I would show up, but I didn't like study my sales talk all the time, or I didn't like do the homework assignments. But I showed up because I said I would.
In those scenarios, make sure the camera's on you when you're editing.
Yeah. I would show up. I just didn't do anything. But I was there every Wednesday at the 6 a.m. meetings, whatever, 7 a.m. meetings, whatever it was, which was ass. I would literally wake up, go to it.
Dude, that's got to be like 2 in the morning for the rest of us.
It was my bedtime.
Yeah, you were going to bed at that time. Yeah.
Actually, I have a really fun story about that one year. But I have a story of a century that transitions. Should I tell it now?
Sure, fuck it, we're here. Okay.
I think this was...
A train runs through this living
after
room.
my first or second summer, I can't remember. But this is possibly one of the craziest things I've had in my entire life. So
good. This is going to be a great story. Buckle up if you're listening.
So one night, my fraternity has what's called a grab a date.
Grab a date?
Yeah, basically you ask
like sounds creepy from a white dude fraternity.
Everything is. And
True.
So
Jesus
you just ask a girl, either a friend of yours or someone you're interested in, if they want to be your date for this this event where we go to a bar pretty much. And so we take buses to the bar, right?
So this is an attempt at socializing.
Yeah, this is white guys.
How noble.
This is white guys socializing.
What fraternity is this?
SAE.
Oh, jeez.
We don't need to get into that.
Oh, God. Is that a story for another time?
There's nothing wrong with it.
Oh, dude. SAE, well, at least where I'm from.
At UCF, it's fine.
At UNL, SAE was...
It's different everywhere.
The shittiest. But not even close to,
No, we're good at UCF.
And I trust you because you're in SAE. But
anyway.
But the ones that I knew...
Other places,
I mean, they got closed down for a lot of shit. I mean, there was like...
A lot of frats, too.
Crash.
Anyway, so we take buses.
Oh, Jesus.
And so... we load the bus, we go there. I ended up getting really drunk. And at this point, I didn't get drunk that often at this point because I still booked 1 or 2 times. But this time I got really drunk. And so I make it back onto the bus, which was lucky. But while we're on the bus, I feel kind of woozy. And I don't want to throw up on the bus, obviously. So I go to the bathroom on the bus, obviously.
Naturally. Yeah.
But I passed out in the bathroom bus.
Not good.
Luckily, the bus stopping woke me up. But I opened the door and the bus is empty.
Everybody's gone. Nobody checked in on you.
And we're not at school.
Oh, shit.
We're at the bus lot.
Steve, the bus driver's like...
Steve did not check the bathroom.
So you're locked in the bus?
I pull out my phone to turn the flashlight on because it's like 2, 3 in the morning. My phone's dead.
The next answer lies behind the next door. You just can't open it.
Dude.
It's locked.
If I didn't sell books, I wouldn't have made it through this. So I start pressing buttons at the front of the bus, and one of the buttons opens the door. First gate unlocked.
Let's go.
I get off the bus.
Now you're on. You weren't even in the game.
Now
it's a game.
But now I realize...
And you're so drunk.
Yeah.
You're fucking plastered, but you're consciously plastered.
Yeah. The bus lot is enclosed by an 8-foot barbed wire fence.
Door number 2.
Answer
lies behind the next door. Quite literally. You gotta get the fuck out of here.
I find a part of the fence where the barbed wire is like broken or something, so it's like hanging down. I climb the fence, I jump over, it tears my pants, and I fall like 5 feet and almost fall over. Second gate unlocked. But now...
Where are you?
No idea.
No fucking clue.
No fucking clue. I see a road down down the street. It's like a 2-lane highway, middle of nowhere. I start. What's it called?
Hitchhiking.
Hitchhiking. I start hitchhiking. No one stops.
The thumb, ladies and gentlemen.
But I find a truck stop, half mile down the road. And now I want you to picture around yours. I want you to picture.
Oh, I'm with you.
No, me.
I'm here. I'm here with you.
I'm dressed up. It was. What was the theme? I don't want to say the name of the theme. You don't want to hear it.
Would I judge you for it?
Yeah.
Do it.
I think it was CEOs and office hoes was the theme.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
I'm judging you.
Yeah,
That's
rightly
okay.
so.
But my judgment's stupid.
I would
anyway.
too.
I'm an idiot, so don't
Looking
take
back,
my judgment
I judge myself
personally.
too.
Like, I'm gonna fucking asshole.
But anyway, so I'm dressed up in like a button up and like pants. My button up is like undone. I'm still drunk. And I walk out of the darkness and approach these two truckers, 3 a.m. at a truck stop.
Hey,
and I'm like,
are you the dad?
I said, do you have a phone charger I could charge my phone with? They said, no.
Of course not.
No.
Of course not.
If they did, they wouldn't have helped me. I start walking away. I'm like, wait. I turn around. I'm like, hey, do you know where the nearest civilization is? They like, there's a gas station like a mile down the road. I'm like, cool, thanks. So I walk a mile down the road.
It's got to be 4 a.m. at this point.
Close to it. I get to the gas station. Lights are on. It's locked. But here's the kicker, Andres.
The answer lies behind the next door.
There's a guy in the parking lot of the gas station with an old, rusty pickup truck.
Good. It's gonna kill you.
I say, sir, do you happen to have a phone charger I could use to charge my phone? I'm lost. Andres, this man looks me dead in the eye. He says to me, I am a scavenger. I collect and sell phone chargers. He opens a box in the bed of his truck, and it is filled to the brim with unopened packages of phone chargers.
No fucking way, dude.
Yeah.
What?
I said, I'll take them. But I didn't have cash, and he doesn't have Venmo. He's probably some fucking homeless guy. So I end up filling his truck with gas to pay for the phone chargers.
No way, bro.
And so I plug my phone in.
Where?
I had a battery bank, but I lost the cable.
So that's what you got. You got the cable.
I got the cable. I plug my phone in. I order an Uber. The Uber gets to me. It turns out I'm over an hour away from home.
Because the bus is bumfuck nowhere.
Bumfuck nowhere. So I get home, whatever it is, 5 a.m, and we have our Southwestern morning meeting at like 7 a.m. sharp.
So you show up drunk.
I went home, I took a nap, and I went to the meeting.
Way to be coachable, Jacob. Way to be coachable. Way to find the answer. The answer lies behind the next...
It lies somewhere.
Car door.
Yeah, something.
I am a scavenger. I feel like that's a quote of the episode.
Anyway.
I'm a scavenger of cell phone chargers.
That was a very off track thing, but anyway.
This is...
No.
Ain't nothing off track.
It was a good thing. It was a good thing, but just to bring it back. So I would show up at the meetings, but I didn't do shit. I didn't do the homework, didn't sell myself stock.
So you got... Where did you sell your first summer?
Wisconsin.
Fuck yeah. Wisconsin.
3 out of my 4 summers.
How are people up there? I feel like they're assholes.
No. What? No.
I hate Wisconsin people.
No. It's the best state to sell in.
I don't know, man. Nebraska's pretty cool. People are nice in Nebraska. When Wisconsin people come for the football game, all Wisconsin fans are
it's cool.
dicks.
Yeah, well, it's a football game. There are dicks everywhere at football games.
You know, but we're nice. The Nebraska fans are known for being nice.
Yeah, because they're on your side.
Well, no. Like, that's what we're known for. Like,
oh.
Yeah.
Well,
side story. Quick side story. It has nothing to do with books.
Do it.
But just to get shout out to Nebraska fans. We are at a bar. We lose to Northwestern at home, which, like, we did this last couple weeks. God, this is September 8th when this is it. It's the first game of the year we lose. Anyway, so Northwestern comes to town. We lose. We're at a bar.
Mm-hmm.
Like a dive bar. It's fucking... Not a nice looking bar. We're just at a bar. But the beer is cheap, so I might go there. 4 people show up with purple, like, polos with Northwestern gear.
Yep.
And the rest of the 150 people, just red, Nebraska red. And they are scared. Like, they're like,
rightfully so.
Shit. Bro, we walk up to them, we're like, hey, man, great game. Good win. Let's get those guys didn't pay for a drink the whole night.
Okay, that's pretty good.
That's what we're known for.
Okay.
Like legit.
I'll give you that.
But Wisconsin people, they're fucking assholes.
Okay, but when you sell books to them, they're really nice.
Whatever. I'm not gonna. I'll agree to disagree.
Nice people I've ever met.
Agree to disagree. Fuck Wisconsin.
No, Wisconsin's a good state.
Good. Well, actually, it's the Midwest, so I'm not.
Oh.
So
Great state.
It is whatever.
Good state.
Okay, all right, whatever. Wisconsin. You go to Wisconsin here for summer. House HQ set up all that stuff, or did you have to go to praise Jesus?
Yeah, it's a funny story. I came out of Levine for summer.
Why? What? You had to shoot a sorority video or something?
No, for my fraternity formal.
Oh, jeez. You were the most. You were that kid.
I was that kid.
I hate that kid.
I was that kid.
No offense. Love you, though.
Well, because Maddie, at first, said it was one or the other. She said, either you go in the formal or you sell books. And I was like, I don't know, Maddie. I can't decide. And then one day, I know the row, and like he let it slip that I could go to a second sales school. I didn't know there was a second sales school. I didn't know there was an option. But Row let it slip, and I was like, hey, Maddie, is there a second sales school I can go to? She was like, I guess.
She just wanted body to. But see, this is where it's good to let first years know about things they should know.
I was the most unconscious fucking.
That's why first
dumbass.
years should listen to this podcast.
But so they left for sales school.
You got drunk and formal.
I got drunk and formal. And then the day I'm supposed to leave, what do?
Don't leave. You should leave at noon.
I mean, I didn't leave 6 in the morning, but I got up, I packed, and I hit the road for Nashville.
No way.
Yeah.
Sales school's a trip that first time, innit?
Yeah. But I was.
What do you recall the most of like that? I love talking to people about sales, their first sales school, because that's like when, like, they come out and they're like, here's the powder of Kool-Aid.
Yeah. So my first sales school, it was like cold and rainy. At least that's the first day.
Nashville can be that way.
Well, other summers not, but this summer it was.
When it does, it is super that way. But when it's
I show up in like jeans and a hoodie, and I see these kids running around,
running up the damn
in
hill.
shorts and t-shirts, and I'm like, don't run, it's dangerous, you'll slip. Because I was a camp counselor, you know. Anyway, so I was actually Tessa LaPlante.
Yeah.
Was my OL my first sales school.
Shout out to Tesla.
Shout out Tessa.
Tesla. Shout out to Tessa. Go check out her episode.
Great episode.
Such a good episode.
Good episode.
I teary-eyed a little bit. I was like, oh.
Good episode.
Right in the dad feels.
Yeah, good episode.
Love you, Tessa.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it was great. I was the most famous Southwestern kid you can imagine in sales school.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Not at all during the fall season or the spring season, but
Tessa and the other OL approached me and said, "Hey, Jacob, you're doing a really good job of being an example. Like, can we keep counting you to be a great example for the org? You're doing such a great job." And I was like, "Yeah, of course, I'll do anything." Like, I was super like I memorized my whole sales talk the second half of my sales talk as sales school. I knew it better than anyone else in my org. I would test other first years on their sales talk because I knew it. I was running faster than anyone.
you were that kid.
I was that
You bought in.
kid.
You bought in. Which, by the way, if you're selling books and you haven't bought in, buy in.
Yeah.
It's worth it.
Yeah.
We talk a lot of shit here and there because there's no company's ever perfect, but.
No.
But if you're doing this thing and you're
Do it.
listening it, maybe this could be 2023.
Do the shit out of it.
And do the shit out of it.
Do the shit out of it.
Go kill it. Go get your 30 demos.
You get the most
Thanks
out
for
of it.
listening, but go get your 30 demos.
You get the most out of it.
Yeah.
And do the shit of it
Now you listen to Ponytails this summer.
every day.
Every day. That's interesting. We can get to that. We can get to that now.
We'll get it later.
We're going all over.
Because I started doing this later on.
Yeah.
But yeah, and so I was
Sales school.
Sales school.
It was a great experience for you.
Yeah.
I
killed it.
What did you think of like the because I remember when I went, it was just like my mentality was if they tell me to eat a cockroach, okay.
Yeah.
Which looking back, like saying it aloud, it doesn't sound healthy to say. But at the same time, it's like
You did it.
why wouldn't you do that with everything? Like people bitch about how like Southwestern's like so like cultish or whatever. But even if it like even with that like kind of mentality of like if they why wouldn't you do that with whatever job? Like if you got your dream job at a movie studio making big blockbuster films and filming, or I don't know what your dream job is, but doing music videos for J Balvin or whatever the fuck.
Whatever.
Why wouldn't you just dive in with everything? Like, what people act like that's a bad thing, and it's like, it's what's it? Oh, you mean this cult thing wants you to talk positively about yourself and believe in yourself to the point where you're fearless? Oh,
Well,
I mean, sometimes the Kool-Aid's worth drinking.
What I always tell people is like, even if you are insanely pessimistic about it, even from the most pessimistic perspective, and like I'm a very logical person, like I think things through logically a lot. Logically, this company literally only makes money if you sell some books.
Yeah.
Like they don't make money any other way other than you selling books.
Yeah, their entire income revenue stream is literally based on 18 to 20.
Yeah.
4-year-olds.
And so there's logically no way or no reason they would tell you anything that wouldn't help you sell more books.
Yeah, and that's positive for you because you get pretty good. I mean, it's better than any college job you can do in the summer.
Yeah.
I mean, most
for
anyway.
growth, not for money.
But even for money, like you can't lifeguard and make that much money.
No, but like those like Vivint, like or like
right. There's other companies that you work, but they're not as invested at making you succeed. They're just happy to have you as a.
But I'm saying like like for growth in a great environment, it's always the best.
Yeah.
But purely for like an opportunity to make a lot of money, it's not the best.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
No, and that's accurate. But what I'm saying is like for the money plus the experience
Overall, yeah.
Overall, it's good. Because
you
you could go to like NASA.
Can't beat it.
You're not gonna get paid shit there, and you're gonna get a lot of experience. Sure, nobody's taking that away from you, but like, what do you got for financial? Like, you could graduate. There's plenty of people who've graduated debt free because of their book money. I mean, shit. You just said it yourself. Your entire business has been funded by your ability to sell books.
A lot of it, yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's a great opportunity for the right person. That's what I've always said. And for the wrong person, it's like, worst case scenario, you learn a lot. You learn by yourself. Oops. You just get all these videos online about like it's just a fucking scam. No, it's not. It's just hard.
Yeah, we need to get to that.
Yeah. Sorry for another time.
Yeah, sorry for that.
Yeah. Anyway, so you go out to Wisconsin. And this summer you're off fucking schedule. I know this because we talked.
Well, not at first.
Oh, you were on it.
So
how did you? Oh, yeah. I want to hear about how you got off schedule.
So first day, go out there.
That's a good thing about the show.
I do the thing, right?
You're 180 devils for that week.
No.
Not even.
Don't get ahead of yourself. Don't get ahead of yourself. First day, go out there, do the thing. Still remember my first store. So my first call.
I love the first story. Give me the first story.
So my amazing HQ leader, the Ian Brown, love that guy. Me and him lived together. Like
great last name.
Me and him lived together 2 separate summers. Yeah, 2 separate summers.
Was he Brown?
No,
false advertising.
Great guy though.
Ian Smith might as well.
Still selling books. Literally still selling books today. But he's like, Jacob, this is your door. You're going to this door. He just found on a sales rabbit. Said this one. So I am coachable. In the moment. Monday morning, 7 to 9. I pull up to the house. It is an abandoned, like, pile of like rubbish almost.
Good.
Well, you know what I do?
You knock on the damn door.
I knock on the door because I'm a first year. Like maybe they're home.
Somebody lives here.
No,
it's so funny when you think back. You're like, what the
dude?
fuck was
Oh
I
my
doing?
god! Yeah, no one lived there ever in the past 100 years. Anyway, nothing that. I remember my first call, I remember first sit down, and then my first customer I had that day.
First day for Scuzzy. Hey, that's a good day.
Grandparent bought I think my books. You know, the usual, like, you want to give me money for this shit? No way, it should work.
Dude, when it first worked, when it
first
worked,
worked,
the first time,
yeah. You're like, what? Why? From me?
That's a big moment.
Yeah.
And any sell, whether you didn't sell a lot of books or you sold a ton of books, like the first one, you're like, oh, this works.
Yeah.
I think it's the point where you can choose to believe that it works.
Yeah.
Like, this works, and it worked for me.
Yeah.
And I can do this.
And so that's what I
can
thought.
do it once. I can do it again.
And that's what I thought. I was like, okay, this works. Cool. Second day, go out. I'm like, it works. 30 demos, I'll have a customer. Go out, 30 demos, I have a customer.
So now we're in.
Or no,
Thursday.
actually, I didn't get 30 on the first day. I got 26. And Maddie drilled me for it. She was like, Jacob, I don't care you get a customer. You got to get 30 demos tomorrow. Okay.
There it is. 30 demos, ladies and gentlemen.
So second day, go
Don't
out,
fuck
have a
up.
customer. Third day, go out, have a customer. I follow on Thursday.
So that's your third day. Because
Yeah, or Friday, whatever.
Friday, okay. Because Monday you don't sell. Monday you go check in.
Yeah, so follow on Friday. I follow, and the student leader zeros that day.
Woo, rough.
So then I don't think I realized it at the moment, but at least subconsciously, I was like, oh wait, you can do the thing and not have a customer today.
Oh no, that's probably the worst thing that could happen for you.
And then so the next day I go out, do the thing, I'm done with customer. But I'm like, but that's okay. That happens.
Oh no.
And then
Oh no.
I'm like, well, hold on. If I can do the thing and not have a customer, then I can not do the thing and still not a customer.
Then it's okay.
Yeah. So then I was off schedule.
Day 5. Saturday.
The next week. Yeah. Well, I zeroed Saturday.
0 Saturday, Monday 0. Tuesday you're like, let's go to the park.
No. I never did any of that.
What?
I
You never did anything fun
I
off
never
schedule?
did any activities.
Oh, come on. If you're going to give schedule.
I never-
Listen,
I
if
never
you're
went-
first year listening to this, which there's going to be.
Don't say it.
I'm saying it. Fuck you. I can do whatever I want. If you're first year listening to this and you're listening to this off schedule,
Don't, first
the
of all.
first thing I'm going to tell you is get your ass back to work. Go to the next door. But if you're not going to do that, go do something fun at least. Come on, you just sat in your car?
Honestly, I don't remember all the things I did, but I would like take a nap in the morning, and then I would watch YouTube during lunch, have a long lunch, and I would drive to the, like, I don't know what I would do. But anyway, I wasn't getting 30 demos for sure. So that went on for 3 weeks.
Good.
For the next 3 weeks, I had one customer in 3 weeks.
How did you not get sent home?
That's what I'm saying. How did I not get sent home?
Oh, they sent your ass home. I'm like, fucking get out of here.
So end of week 3 rolls around.
Don't be off schedule. I don't mean to
Don't
be
be off schedule.
encouraging people to get off schedule.
Don't be off schedule.
But if you're off schedule,
Don't be.
fucking do something fun.
Anyway, so end of week 3 rolls around,
I don't give a fuck.
right?
Yeah.
And Maddie sits me down, and basically like, we call it our call to Jesus meeting.
Yeah, this is the one where it's like you're gonna go home or you're gonna figure it out.
Yeah. So she was like, Jacob, your first week you had this many demos and you had this many customers, and this week you had more demos and less customers. Doesn't make sense. Call me out, basically. And,
Were you faking your stats?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. That's huge because sometimes people are off schedule and they're like,
No, I
didn't work today.
was faking my text. I was
So you're
saying,
like, I got 32 demos.
yeah.
I did that too. Not good.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Don't
if
do
you're
that.
on schedule, be honest about it. Don't be a little.
That's way better than I did.
Don't be a fucking pansy.
But anyway, so Maddie was like, Jacob, like, if you're gonna be here, like, you should do the thing, or you shouldn't be here. And I was like, yeah, I agree with that. And I came clean and told her literally everything I did, 100%.
I went to the movies. You never went to the movies?
No, dude. When
honestly,
I found out people went to movies, I was like, what? I gotta go to the movies?
Dude, going to the movies by yourself. If you're off schedule right now, go to the movies. It's a great. Dude, at this point, nothing I'm gonna say.
Because I
They're
rationalized.
not off schedule because of me.
I rationalized that I was going to work. Like, I believed I was doing the thing, and it just wasn't working.
Yeah, that's not good. Don't do that. That's where you want to be like, hey, first year who's kidding yourself into the fact that you're doing this. You're not. Own up to the fact that you're not.
Yeah, you're not doing it.
And you're not doing it. But that's okay.
But do it.
But do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're correct. But also, it's okay. Just go fucking home. Quit. It's okay. They don't
quit.
need you.
Don't quit.
Oh. Okay, don't quit.
We don't get into
Don't quit because you can be like Jacob and have a fantastic fourth summer where you sell 5,500 units and.
Spoilers.
Oh well, people know. People listening to this are listening because they know you.
Yeah, sorry.
So, but anyway, the point is, if you're gonna be off schedule, do something fun. Otherwise, don't, and just go to work. Don't be a quitter. Get your ass to work. The best thing you can do is go to work. But if, if you're scared, that's okay. You gotta deal with what you're comfortable with. In which case, go to the movies by yourself. It's so fun, dude. You ever been to the movies by yourself?
Never in my life.
Tomorrow, I'm gonna send you to the movies by
No,
yourself.
I don't want to. Anyway.
It's so fun.
Anyway.
Yeah, anyway. Okay, back to you. You come clean,
Come
come to
clean.
Jesus.
And I say, Maddie, I'm going to work this week.
And you
I'm
did.
going to work. No, I did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, nobody ever means that.
So
Good
week
for
four,
you.
week
That's,
4.
See, that's why you're different.
I go out there. I think in the first goal period, like 15 demos.
How?
They're horrible demos.
It's just like, all right, books.
Books.
Bye.
But it's like 8 p.m. I'll never forget this moment.
You did it.
I walk up to a house.
You did it.
The teenage son is outside. I'm like, hey, is your mom home? And she's like, yeah.
Pause. If you're listening right now and you're off schedule, this is the reason why
You get on schedule.
you go get on schedule. Because this is the kind of story that makes you go, fuck, that's all. I don't know how to explain
Well,
it
and it
unless
was-
you've experienced this moment where you're
Yeah.
sitting at 0
This is the moment.
and it's 8 p.m. and then what's about to happen happens.
Which was tough.
Yeah,
'Cause, like,
it's hard.
well, 'cause
fucking hard.
especially after Zoom for 3 weeks.
Oh,
like,
yeah. It's
if,
hard.
If I
Scary.
didn't sell a book today, I would have to call him on the phone and be like, hey, Maddie, I actually want to work today. Anyway,
And how could she trust you?
Exactly. She wouldn't have.
This is a really defining moment in your life overall. And this is why get back to work.
Yeah,
Don't
go
go
to
to the movies. I mean, but if you're not going to go to the movies, but before that, go to work.
And so I get to sit down.
It's fun.
And apparently, this mom had bought books 2 other times.
Oh, so she's a
And she-
repeat.
And she said, oh, yeah, it's been a while since y'all have been here. I said, well, I'm here.
Convenient.
She had, like, the VLs or something.
From like 08.
And so and she had, like, an 8th grader. I show her the Advantage books. Like, here's the new version. And I do a demo. I do the shit out of that demo. And I get to the end, and she's like, yeah, I think the VLs are okay. Or the other old ones are okay for now. And then she says, but I have a preschooler.
Ooh.
Do you have anything for preschoolers? I said, yes, I do.
You know what? Glad you asked. Mrs. Jones.
I show her the my set. She says, I'll take him. Customer. Yeah, I needed that. And then I end up going from 0 for 3 weeks, and then I hit pace setter that week, which is over 100 units.
Let's go.
And then I kind of like did okay rest of the summer. Like didn't really increase after that.
First summer was
600 even.
600 units. This is gonna appear on the screen, but
Even.
for
I hit PC
even
in one summer.
people do that in a week, and
Which
that's
was-
like, which is like an okay week for
Which we'll
some
talk about
people.
later.
Which we'll talk about later. That's crazy. Wow, dude.
Yeah.
So how'd you hit Sizzler? Because for me, Sizzler was you had to hit 1,800 units. What they do to get you in?
So
Camera's on you. We're gonna use this camera angle for this part.
yeah. So I tried to hit it other ways. I almost bought the units. But Amy said, hey, Jacob, we have a recruiting contest. Well, first of all, I should say how I got invited back, because that's the whole thing, too.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was 600
Yeah.
units.
It's not prime invite
That's
back
not
thing.
the ideal person to be like, hey, you should come back and
No,
do
no,
this
no.
again.
And I didn't want to come back. My whole first summer, I had no plans of coming back.
It sucks.
Well, it wasn't that. I just didn't feel like I needed more. I had plans. I was gonna
Right, but-
do a film internship my senior year.
Sure,
and
so why would you do this?
yeah. And so the entire summer, like, I'm not
By the
going.
way, I'm having a blast. Okay, so we're back. We had to take a quick pause there because we're having a blast, as we just said. But the camera literally just stopped recording because we're just
a lot of content.
because a lot of content. I don't even know how long we're going. This doesn't tell me, so it is what it is at this point. Anyway, so how did you decide to fucking come back?
Yeah.
That's where we were. Like,
So-
why did you? Why did you
summer.
go? You know what? 12 more weeks of this shit. Yeah, let's fucking
Or 3 more years.
let's do it.
So yeah, whole summer goes by, don't want to come back. And then I'm in checkout, and I meet with Ben Kessler.
Great dude.
Great guy. And we just talk. And we just talk about my options, weigh them out. And what was great is like obviously Ben has no vested interest if I come back. Like he has no gain if I come back or not. But
True.
he just helped me realize it made sense for me to come back. So because again, I'm a pretty logical thinker, and it just made sense. And so I sat in Amy's office and like, Amy, I gotta do this again.
But what was your thinking behind it?
It was just like what I could learn from Southwestern versus like some film internship, and the fact that I could learn anything I learned from internship during the year. It was like at the time I still wanted to be a Hollywood cinematographer,
Movie producer, yeah.
and I knew I needed to be a hard worker, be able to communicate, be able to lead, and also I just knew I could do better. Like the two questions I asked myself at the end of every summer is, could I do a lot better and could I learn a lot more? And the answer was yes and yes.
So yeah, that makes sense. But because you hit it hard.
Well, because I learned a lot still at summer. Like I learned how to work hard for the first time in my life. Like actually work hard.
Interesting. You learn what 80 hours a week look like.
Yeah.
For real.
Going to work.
Which is fucking like honestly, even that alone, realization wise,
Huge.
where you're like literally like, if I wanted to be a parent.
If I just did one summer, that would have changed my life for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not as much, obviously, but still.
Fair enough.
And so Amy was like, Jacob obviously didn't do super hot. She didn't say that, but she was like, if you do want to spot back, you need to, earn it during the school year. Like you need to be head first into recruiting. You need to do well in school, show up to all the meetings, blah blah blah. Like do ABC, and then you'll have a spot on the team.
Lose your cool card.
Just like commit, like just like do all the things. And so I was like, sure. And so she was like, yeah. And so the contest for Sizzler, How I Sizzler, is if you recruit 2 kids by October 1st or whatever, or like end of October or whatever it was. Yeah, I think end of October. If you recruit 2 kids by then, you're going to Sizzler.
Not bad. God damn it, they changed the rules so many different times after I sold books.
They still do that today.
Unbelievable. Get your shit together.
I was like, I'm in. And so I fucking called all my friends. I invited them all to infos. 3 of them committed.
You got 3
with PSLs.
Parent support letters.
And
we don't have a graphic for that.
And off I was. Sizzler. First summer.
2019.
2019.
And you recorded it.
I recorded it.
In which case, if you're, when we edit this, here's the video for that.
They should be like Friday nights.
Dope, dude.
Yeah.
That's cool. You come back.
Come back.
Where'd you go? Wisconsin again?
Kansas. COVID.
Oh, baby. Let's
flu.
go. Kansas. Where in Kansas?
Kansas is not a good state. Sorry, not sorry. I think Kansas is like top 2 worst states. Sorry.
Really?
Not sorry.
What's the other one?
Well,
Wisconsin.
Me and my friend were talking about it. We were like having a debate. He thinks it's Oklahoma. I think it's Kansas.
Fair enough. As long as
just from lack of good things, like not for bad things, just lack of good things.
Explain.
Well,
what are good things? The beach?
Like in Wisconsin, there's the water capital of the world. There's decent sport teams.
Fair, yeah.
Like
the Packers.
There's
the Wisconsin Badgers.
Yeah, like
fuck the Badgers.
Great nature, lakes, all that shit.
Kind of like Oregon, but not as good. Wisconsin.
But like Kansas.
And ain't nothing good in Kansas.
Nothing.
Like
even
Kansas
Nebraska.
City isn't even Kansas.
Even Nebraska.
Best zoo in the world.
It's biggest zoo in the world.
It's literally one of the best zoos in the world.
Exactly. So it has something.
Have you been there?
No, but I've heard of it.
Incredible. Also, Kool-Aid. We did Kool-Aid.
Yeah, that too. But Kansas.
Wizard of Oz. That's about it.
Even because my friend was like, "Oh, but Jacob, you forget the Chiefs. They won the whatever."
No, that's Missouri.
That's Missouri.
Yeah, it's Missouri. Yeah, Missouri has the Cardinals. Used to have the Rams.
Anyway, yeah, bad state.
Royals.
Just
and
not
the
good
Chiefs.
state. Just not good.
Yeah,
state.
Kansas sucks. Fuck Kansas.
It doesn't
you know what?
It's
you
just
know what?
not.
If we get sued by the state of Kansas,
just not
fuck
good.
it.
Anyway, we go there.
Kansas sucks.
I sold most of my summer in like western Kansas, called Salina.
I know where Salina is.
Yeah, there.
You don't have to tell a Nebraska person the town called Salina.
Salina. And then the end of my summer, I sold in Overland Park, outside Kansas City.
So you actually went to Missouri.
No,
Well,
I was on the
Overland Park is
Kansas side.
Yeah.
And I sold a cookbook to Martin Powell.
Marty Pyle. Oh my God, great episode.
Great episode.
Great episode.
Great guy.
What is it? 72 or
No
something?
idea.
I don't know. He was awesome.
Good
Marty
episode.
Pyle's great.
But yeah, so
back in April.
I sold that for a few weeks.
I love you, Marty.
Overall, not a really like notable summer.
But you grew, right? It was like you
1,200.
So you doubled your production.
Yeah, which
100 units on average a week.
isn't
Not a
saying
bad week.
isn't saying a lot when you sold 600 units per
But
summer.
you know what? Listen, you know, to go from 600 and double, it shows that you tried. It shows that you gave a fuck.
Basically this summer I did the same thing except I just wanted to work the whole summer.
Yeah, you cared.
But here's the thing.
Did you get out of schedule ever?
Nope. But here's the thing. I worked fucking hard all school year in recruiting.
You had 3 people to get the Sizzler, and then who else?
Well, 3 by Sizzler. But Amy, if you ask her, she will probably tell you that I was the hardest working bee that school year in recruiting.
So this is going into COVID.
In Eagles, yeah, going to COVID. Bred on nobody.
They all quit. They all went cold. They're all cold. If you're listening to this,
They're all cold. And I had more PSLs after that. None came out.
Yikes. Are you still friends with those people?
The ones I was friends with initially, yeah. The ones I was already friends with.
Top 3. 'Cause you said you called all your friends and 3 of them got recruited, so that's how you ended up at Sizzler.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Those 3.
I'm still, yes, good friends.
Yeah, good for you. That's it takes some I don't know.
Yeah.
Humanization. I don't fucking know.
I don't know. But yeah, so
Good
like
for you.
so I put a lot of work in. I read books. I just did a lot of things in prep.
The part of the experience that gives you the experience, you experienced it.
I did the prep.
Yeah.
And then yes, compared to 600 I doubled, but still overall not
Not
something I
a
wanted.
great, not something that fucking come home and be like, look at this check.
But then yeah, exactly. But then now we're getting to summer 3. And this is where things start to happen. Happen. So school year before the 3rd summer, again, put a lot of work in. This one was slower to start because I was like, I did a lot of work on recruiting last year. It didn't really work out. What's the point? So I was kind of like hesitant to like get back into recruiting. Also, the way I hit Sizzler my 2nd summer, probably shouldn't say this, but I didn't hit it in sales. I didn't hit it in recruiting. I made a deal with Amy.
Oh!
We had set up a set of metrics, controllable goals that I had to hit in order to go on Sizzler. It was like get a certain amount of people infoed. It was like knock on doors in Orlando for some.
Sure, some deal with her that you hit.
Yeah.
We don't have to go into.
Yeah, I hit it. Went on Sizzler.
Thanks, Amy.
Thanks, Amy. I couldn't knock on Sizzler. They needed the video.
I was literally about to be like, well, I mean, it's like your first video, so they were like, we'll pay you.
Yeah.
So that the profit from that had to be at least halfway, if not all, cover your Sizzler trip anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
anyway,
it fucking matter.
And so
you were going on Sizzler that year. Actually, you're probably going to Sizzler every year you wanted to after that, because of your skill, which is a testament to your skill.
Well, no, because then I started hitting it. So
right, but I'm just saying, even if you didn't hit it that year, you were going to go that year.
Maybe
they were gonna shoehorn some fucking way for you to get to that.
I would hope so. But
you got a drone, man.
I do have a drone. Great shot shots. What was I saying about?
So you made a deal with Amy. You went to Sizzler.
Oh yeah, recruiting.
Yeah.
Put a lot of work into recruiting. Or no, I didn't. I hesitated, and then the details don't matter. But then I really fine. I had a call with Ryan Groom, and I love having a call with Ryan Groom.
Dude, Ryan Groom.
Stud.
Love you too, brother.
And we had a call about my goals and stuff, and
which is amazing in and of its own. You could he could charge for those conversations.
Yeah, and I'm not under him.
Yeah, he's great.
That too.
Ryan's
which is
stud.
incredible.
Yeah.
He's just doing literally out of the kind of.
Amy and Ryan. I mean, I really for anybody, but the respect I have for those people. When people are like, oh, you fucking circle jerk Southwestern. That's we get told that by some people. I'm like, I don't care, man. The people are
Those two people.
good people or good people, and
Yeah.
those two are fucking
Phenomenal.
phenomenal humans. Yeah.
And so we talked about how the fact that like I had like a good purpose, like I want to change lives, like mine was changed, which I did, but that wasn't getting me off my ass. And so he said, we need to get you off your ass. And so what he did is he made a bet with me. And he said, if you don't get 5 kids infoed by the end of the week, it was like Tuesday or something, you have to wash all your roommates' cars for an hour each on Sunday.
Solid bet.
And I didn't want to do that.
Yeah, no.
So I think I ended up getting like 20 kids infoed that week.
But what was the other bet on the other side? If you hit it.
No, that was it.
Oh, it was just a
It
punishment.
was, yeah.
Solid. That's a good leader.
And so I got like 20 kids infoed that week. And then from then on, I was basically on like a full-time
Schedule. Yeah.
recruiting schedule while being a full-time student. I was getting 20 to 30 kids infoed every week.
The film school probably helped with that because you probably didn't have
Didn't do shit.
in-person class.
We watched movies in class and that's it. But the thing is, I would argue I had the best in-school stats on the company. There was a point where I won a full-time recruiting contest in stats, and I won money for it as an in-schooler. Only one in the company to do that.
Pretty badass. And that was 2021. That was last summer. Or 2 summers ago.
2 summers ago. It was going into 2021.
Last summer, as in like we're still technically.
Yes, last summer.
Yeah.
But no one was sticking. But I kept recruiting, and the last week, I was doing Instagram recruiting on top of phoning. DM this kid, comes to an info, interviews, and he's in.
Bomb.
May fucking. It was like 3. It was like you. It was like 3 days before sales school.
Right. Finals week.
Yeah, late finals week. Like
if you
literally
don't
3
do
days.
this, you're gonna move home.
Literally 3 days.
Yeah. You're going back home next week if you don't come
Comes
to
out.
Nashville.
Ali Qureshi, probably not watching this. Badass kid.
Watch this, Ollie.
Comes out.
Send it to him.
Oh, also, I did a marathon.
Casual.
Don't recommend it, but I did that.
Casual.
I trained from the start of the school year to end of the school year because I was at a dynasty banquet.
Who taught you it, Ryan?
No, it was a speech. It was like, I did a marathon because I didn't want to. And I was like, fuck, I don't want to do a marathon. Now I have to. And so I was like, I'm going to do a marathon.
See, that's where the Kool-Aid tastes good, you know?
Yeah,
Not bad. Not a bad thing.
So I
Go run a
trained.
marathon.
I trained all year. Before then, I couldn't run a mile without stopping.
Yikes.
And I said, I'm going to do a marathon.
Yikes, bro.
And so but I trained.
Do a sit-up.
But the point is,
Shout out to our friends at Elevate Wellness.
thanks, Dane. The week before sales school, I did the marathon. But I didn't do like an organized marathon. I left my apartment and I ran 13 miles down the road and 13 miles back.
Good job. Hey, it counts. 26. Well, you missed the quarter mile.
I did point 2. I did 30.1 throwing time.
Yeah.
So I did that, and then also I had like a great finish in my business. I had a lot of grad shoots, sorority shirts. Like I had grad shoots almost every day the last 2 weeks or whatever. So the point is, like, I finished really strong in my school year, which is important.
Yeah, momentum. All day.
Which is foreshadowing.
Sure.
Anyway, third summer comes around. We get out there.
2021.
2021.
Okay.
We get out there. I'm like, this is it. This is my summer. I'm gonna explode. Let's fucking do this.
Back to Wisconsin.
Back to Wisconsin. Sun Prairie, Wisconsin. Shout out Cardinals. I go out there. We knock on some fucking doors. We don't sell shit. I'm selling, again, 100 units a week.
Not a brilliant start there, son.
Not for a third summer. After everything I've done.
Not for a C dealer.
Not for after everything I've done too.
Really not for anybody.
Anyone.
Yeah.
A first year it's bad. And first years are
And if
beating
you're
me.
first year and you're listening to this and that's what you're selling, that's bad.
Feel bad about yourself.
Get your shit together.
You are your units. But
notice that you are for sure your units.
But like, that was tough. Like, it was frustrating.
Yeah.
And this is my first time working with Emma. Also, Emma Barnett,
You're great.
one of the biggest impacts of my Southwestern career, hands
Honestly, thank you. Yeah, you're awesome. You right now, if you're listening, Emma, if this is you, I want you to take your hand up, put it behind you, and pat yourself in the back.
down.
That's an inside
And so
joke.
she, we butted heads a lot that summer because she thought I was off schedule.
and
I wasn't.
You're busting it.
Busting it. And so here's where things start happening. I follow someone, a top producer in the company.
You're not sure who this is. Is there a friend of the time for that?
I think it is.
Fair enough. I trust you on that.
Actually, he's leaving. I followed Austin Marsh.
Okay, well, we're here. Sorry,
And
Austin.
I
you
follow
don't
Austin
like
Marsh.
If you don't like what's about to be said, Austin, this is a good time to pause it.
No, it's
Exactly.
not bad things.
Oh.
We have a great day. He sells like almost 200 units,
Jesus.
but he gets like 15 demos.
Oh, that's why you're being all iffy about it, because you just got off the bookfield. Nobody gives a fuck if you got 15 demos. Good job.
But that was
Nobody's mad.
That was the first time I ever saw someone not get 30 demos.
Well, but yeah, if you're gonna sell 200 units and you get 15 demos, that's okay.
But in my head, I was like, whoa.
Yeah, but isn't it RAW that says that if you hit 14 hours,
Yeah, but I never brought it to that. What I always said is, when I start selling 100 units a day, I'm gonna get 30 demos anyway. That's what I always said. Don't worry, this is a big part of my story. Anyway, so that was the first time, right?
So you watch this kid hit 15 units, 200 or 15
demos.
15 demos, and
100 something units.
200 some, almost 200 units.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh,
And then what I do? I keep doing the same thing. Better attitude, but still doing the same thing, 30 demos. And so my problem was, and I learned my third summer, is I went out every day with my only goal was to get 30 demos.
you know, that's great. And if you're a first year, keep doing that.
But
keep doing that.
I didn't have the goal to sell books that day. I had the goal to get 30 demos.
But it's half and half, right?
Exactly. Oh, yeah. This is what I'm getting at.
This is a realization
This-
that you...
yeah.
That this is what brought you to realize this. And look, because I'm only saying this because I'm going to pause here. I'm going to say this out loud because of what the conversation we had a couple days ago. For your sake. Because normally I wouldn't fucking say this, but I'm doing this for you. Listen.
I'm scared.
We were arguing whether, like, first year should be listening to this show or
Oh,
not.
yeah.
If you're first year and you're listening to this, I think it's okay. Jacob doesn't. But the message is still, because in some ways I agree with you, get your ass to work. Like, it's okay you listen to this, but go get your 30 demos. Until you figure out how to get 30 demos, don't think about not getting them. Like, go get that done first, so then you can figure out how to be able to get 15 demos and 200 units. But you can't do that until you figure... It's like math, you know? If you don't know how to add, you can't do algebra. Learn to do math as far as, like, the basics, and then you can get into those. So that's just my caveat to you. But back to this. You figure out
but so
you don't have to.
No one ever told me that.
No, you know.
I went 2.5 summers thinking every single bookman that didn't zero got 30 demos every day. And then I saw him do it. And then here's what really started picking up. Then I followed Devin Pewsley, who, same for summer as me. We've been friends for years. Guest of the podcast.
Yeah.
And he has his best day ever. He sells almost
With
400 units.
Oh, Jesus Christ. 10 demos.
He had he was getting demos, but he had 8 sit downs and 9 customers.
Yes, but that's what happens.
But he had like not 30 demos. Didn't even work till 9:31, which in Eagle Blitz is a thing. So, but here's where it really starts picking up. What I should have taken away from that day, looking back, Devin knows this. What I should have done, I should have been, okay, I need to chill out. Devin was chill all day. You know, worked hard, but didn't stress, and you had a great day. That's what I should do. I didn't do that.
That's not what you took in. That's not what you learned.
This is so shitty that I did this, but Devin asked me the other day, like, hey, what'd you learn? And I looked at him and I said, well, this is just further proof that it's not a system.
Whoa.
Because if you can do that and sell almost 400 units, then that doesn't further prove that me getting 30 demos is going to help me sell more books.
Incorrect.
Obviously.
Yeah.
But that's what I said.
Right.
And so what I did is I went full opposite, and I said, I'm going to get so many fucking demos from now on, and I'm going to prove to myself and everyone else that this shit works. Which obviously it does.
Yeah. That's why you see the videos of people shitting on Southwestern. It's like, oh, it just because you didn't do the work and you're mad about it, so you're not taking ownership of the fact you fucked up.
But so I
That's
went.
what it is.
I went to work with that mentality, and I did worse.
Good.
Anyway, that keeps going on, and then one day, and now we're getting to like week past halfway of the summer.
Week 7, 8.
7, 8. I follow Martin Pliviak.
Stud.
Never
met you, pal, but everybody talks about you.
Great
It's
guy.
always good news.
And now Martin is someone I respect a lot in Southwestern. For so many reasons. And I followed him. And what's funny is he didn't sell a lot of books that day. It was a slow day for him. But he didn't get 30 demos. And in that moment I was like, okay. I'm like, it's okay. If Martin does it, it's okay.
Yeah, it's not ideal, but it's okay.
Well, because I respect him.
Right.
Like, he's not Devin, he's not Austin. Like, this is Martin. And so I said...
And it's not that you don't respect the other two. It's just
no, but just Martin is someone who's like a
stud, yeah.
Yeah, just like someone...
Yeah.
Yeah, workhorse, for sure. Workhorse. Like, my first summer, he was working like 90-something hours. Anyway.
Right.
And so... I can't remember when it was, but one week... I think it was an accident, maybe. Went to work. Still getting 30 demos, but doing okay. I was sitting on like... I guess I was sitting on one... Like 140 units going into Saturday, which is,
decent week
for me.
Yeah,
at that time,
relative to you, that's 16% of your first summer.
Yeah. And then that Saturday, I go out there, and I was actually mad because me and Devin and our other roommate had an argument, or whatever, like we're like arguing about something. Anyway, so I go out there Saturday, mad, like this shit's stupid. I won't do this. And long story short, I go out and I saw 160 units that day.
In the day.
Was
that your best day ever?
Yeah.
Even
best week of the summer in a day.
Right. I'm just saying, like later on.
Oh no.
You had better days.
I had better. Yeah.
But up to that point, you're like.
To that point, like what has happened?
Bomb blown. Your head's exploding.
And so, best week ever. 300 units.
How did that feel that day? Like, did you know in your head? You're like, oh, this has got to be the best day.
Well, I was sitting on like 130 by like
right, but
10 a.m.
in your head, were you counting or like?
It wasn't even close, Andres. My best day before that was like 70-something units.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So
I sold 2 platinums by 10 a.m.
Right, but what I'm saying is like when you hit that second platy, how'd that feel? You know what I'm saying? Because there's a moment. This is important for people who haven't sold a lot of books, but for people who have. And I'm not saying I'm a 10,000 unit producer, but I had decent weeks. And I had decent days, and I know where it's like, my best day was like 270 or something. After the third customer, I'm like, and it's noon, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be...
Yeah, no.
Like, that feeling. I'm asking about that. Like, isn't that crazy when you're like...
Yeah.
But
it's
you're
like
not
a high.
even excited. You're not even excited. You're just like...
It's like a high.
It makes sense, because I'm fucking killing it. There's like this flow.
Yeah, it's like a high.
It's crazy, right?
Like my goal became to, because it was already my best week of the summer, my goal became to try to be my best week ever in that day, which was like 200 units at that point.
Which, I mean, you were close. I mean, you made it there for
so I got
80%,
to 160,
like,
which was my best week of the summer in a day.
Right, but that's what I was asking about. Like, how did that feel?
Explain
that. I can
weird.
explain it, but like,
I don't
you
know.
tell me from your
It's been
perspective.
a while, but it was like weird. It was like that happened. I don't know. I
But
don't
it
know.
made sense, right? It's just such a odd.
Oh, well, it felt like I got lucky because I just found 2 ponies in the morning.
Oh, interesting. You thought you were lucky.
Well, because it's not like it was like 10 customers a day. I just happened to have 2 ponies in the morning. Like this is a good time for a mini pony story.
Good.
So the first sit down, our first customer was pretty standard. You know, sat with them, showed them the books, they liked them, kids platinum, whatever, bought it. Second customer, stupid mansion. This Indian family that owned a gas station in town, loaded, right?
Just loaded.
Loaded. Knock on the door. Grandma comes out, doesn't speak English. I'm like, can you get mom? She gets the daughter. I'm like, hey, can you get mom? Dad comes out of the garage. He's like working. Mom comes out. He's like, take care of it. I'm like, okay. So me and the mom are like standing outside.
It clicks.
No.
Oh, she hated you.
No.
Oh.
She was like listening. I'm like, yeah, can you get the kids come out? Or one of the daughters comes out. I hand them the slick. I'm like, yeah, it's just the books and apps, whatever. She looks at the daughter. She's like, which ones do you want? I'm like,
Pony, bro.
I'm like, do you want to see them first? She's like, yeah, sure. So it was like a 6th grader and 8th grader. So I showed them the black books. I demo math, and then at that time I would ask them which package they want the price for, like silver, gold, or platinum. They're like, what's the price for their gold? So they do price build up. Yeah, it's just not $900, whatever. She's like, oh, how much does the platinum cost? I'm like, oh, it costs this much. She says, okay, we'll take it. No. Here's it up. She's like, she asks the daughter, do you want it? The daughter says, sure. She's like, okay, we'll take it. Put on, goes inside.
Charge it MX.
Gets the card, puts it on the card.
A heavy metal MX.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It always is.
So, yeah,
when it's like a pony like that, you're like, oh, dude, I could have just.
So because of that, I felt like I got lucky.
But it's not, right?
But it felt like it was. I
understand.
It felt like
That
I just
makes-
happened to walk into
sure.
2 ponies in the same
Well,
day.
then what about after you hit the next one?
Well, then I just had like a few small customers. Like that felt like I was working.
How many total customers was that day? And I'm asking the specific.
4 or 5.
Okay, so when you hit the 4th one, there's got to be a point where like this is not luck. Like I'm good at this.
Well, it felt
kind of
like
that moment where your film came up on the fucking like right. There's a moment where you're like,
it felt like I was in the zone.
I can do this.
It felt like I was in the zone. It felt like I was taking the energy from the last customer into the next one.
Yeah.
Where it's like, because like
awesome. Such a fucking
it
beautiful
took
feeling.
all the pressure off, and it was just like I just need to find more customers.
So beautiful. That
Yeah.
that feeling
Yeah.
in your head, in your heart, where you're just like, dude, this is who I am. I am great. Not the greatest, not, but in your head, you're like, I am good at something. And that love and that self-appreciation, it's a beautiful thing.
But here's the thing. That was the first day, one of the first days, since, first summer, where I didn't get 30 demos.
Ooh, oh, shit. So when you're doing your stats at night, how do you feel?
Well, I was like, I felt fine. Because Martin didn't get 30 demos. So I was like, it's okay.
Right.
I called
deep
Alex Soto.
statement there.
I called Alex Soto. I was like,
By the way,
Great guy.
also great episode. Go check out that
I called
episode.
Alex. I was like, hey, Alex, I don't know what to do. I sold a lot of books today, but I didn't get 30 demos. Should I? But it's it's late. It was like because I had a night appointment that came through and bought. So it was past 10. I was like, Alex, do I try to get like 8 gas station demos or do I go home? He's like, do you feel like you're? I understand, but anyway, we agreed I should go home. So I went home with like 22 demos, whatever. And then the next week, I stopped trying to get 3 demos.
You were just after the ponies.
Yeah. And
How'd that work out?
had my second best week of the summer. It was like 180. But
your first year, don't do
But
this.
here's the kicker. I was nowhere near Sizzler. But there was a contest. And for a C, I need to average 300 units
a week.
In the last 4 weeks of the summer, including deliveries.
So you need to sell.
So I sold
1,200 units.
I sold 180. Yeah. And up to that point, I sold 1,200 units. Up to that point in the summer.
So you need to double.
Yeah.
In 3 weeks over the last 9.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. So I sold 180 the first week. And then the second week, I go out there and I sell almost 300 by Wednesday. And I'm one customer from I Want to Win, and I 0 Thursday, Friday.
Nice.
And I barely get a customer. I hit I Want to Win by like 1 unit, like 301.
I Want to Win will show up.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I Want to Win. But I hit it. I hit I Want to Win. First time.
Sick.
And I didn't hit it first or second summer.
So at this point, you're like, I'm fucking rocking.
Well, no, not. Because I zeroed for 2 days and then had a shitty Saturday.
So you're nervous.
So I go into
week 12.
I go into the second to last week of the summer. Go out there. And I don't want to go to work.
You want to just start delivering at the fuck out of here?
I don't want to be there. I'm like, I thought I was good at this. It's been 3 fucking summers. I finally figured things out, and I'm zeroing shit at the job.
Last 2 days.
Last 2 weeks.
Got in your head.
And so I go out, and I zero.
Yep.
Then I text Emma this long text. She still has it saved to give me shit for it because it was like such a pussy text.
Should we get her to send it to us?
I can ask her. I'll ask her.
I'm gonna ask her right now. Like, I'm doing this on the air, but keep telling the story. I'm listening.
How
should I ask her?
Can you send me the text that Jacob sent you when he was being a bitch end of his 3rd summer?
Can you send me the text that Jacob sent you when he was being a bitch during his 3rd summer?
End of his 3rd summer. But yeah, and so then Tuesday, I sent her a text that I don't want to go to work. I don't want to be here. She has a first year follow me because she knew I would go to work if I had a first year follow me. I have a customer, whatever, but one customer. And then Wednesday, still don't want to go to work. She has me follow her first year.
Ooh.
I watched this kid do everything wrong.
Week 11.
Everything. But here's what he did. He put a smile on his face. He knocked on some doors. And for some fucking reason, a few people bought books from him.
Smile. It's hard to say no to a smiling idiot.
Exactly.
That's the deal.
So on my stackle that night with Emma, I said, Emma, I'm so done with this shit. I said, Emma, I don't care anymore. I said, this shit's dumb. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to give my best. And when I come home, if I zeroed or if I sell 100 units, I don't give a shit anymore. I'm done. And I just want to feel good about the end of this summer. She said, okay. And I went out that next day. Bunch of customers, 147 units. I ended up hitting I Want to Win in the last 3 days of that week.
So, best week of your summer up to
Best
that
week
point
ever.
so far. Best week ever.
Again. So that's
back to back.
Double I Want to Win.
So now you're, what, it was 2,200 units?
Something. Well, total 2,100.
21. So you nailed it.
And then, no. And then the last week, deliveries.
Sure.
I go out there 2 more days. Steak days, both days. I actually zeroed Wednesday, my last week. Last day of selling. But I didn't care because I did my best. And then deliveries.
Tag.
Shout out
Tag.
Haley Dennis. You need to get her on the show.
Okay. Hey, Haley, if you're listening to this episode, fucking text me back.
Saved my summer, not exaggerating.
Good.
6 summer book girl. I found her in North Freedom, Wisconsin. Population 700.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Podunk. blink and you're like,
Dunkest.
oh, there was a town there.
Podunkest ever.
Oh yeah, fucking
But-
Wisconsin.
She buys an atlas like early in summer, and then we got in touch on Facebook Messenger. She works at Family Heritage with Jaco's now. But we kept in touch. She was like keeping track of how close I was to Sizzler, and I was keeping her up on like how close I was. And she was like getting me referrals. She was posting me on Facebook. Like she was helping me.
Total badass.
Oh yeah.
Get on the show.
She says, "Hey, if you want, you can come by during deliveries. I'll buy some more books from you. And there's another alumni here right now if you want to come too." I'm like, "Sure."
Who is this?
I don't remember her name. She also works at Family Heritage.
Also, get on the show.
I drive straight there. She ends up buying 2 Core 4s.
Studly.
Ask me's, whatever. Her friend buys like Explore and Learns and stuff. I left their house, that house. They in total they bought over 100 units.
Just in the one, this is a bag and a half.
And so that, along with tacking on, and I'll never forget the moment I hit Sizzler, and it's a good story. So I was delivering to this customer. They had a 1-year-old. A 1-year-old. They already had bought the full kids library and an annual log, which we have now. Yeah, I know. It's
Interesting.
Lit. It's lit. It's pretty lit.
It's the first time I've heard of this.
I know. They pay the full year up front.
And they get
A month off.
offset. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Good for them.
It's lit. I love selling
All
those.
right, fair enough.
But and that's more units. But anyway.
Well, yeah, because they're all paid up front.
So I knew that I was 18 units from Sizzler.
Okay.
And this is one of my last deliveries. So I pull up and I'm like, okay, Jacob, you already sold them.
So you need a core 4. Or no, you need a math. A math set would do it.
So math set's 17 and a cookbook's 2.
So you need a math set, a cookbook.
So I need math set and a
And
cookbook.
that's how I use.
So we're sitting down. I show them their books.
No way. No way.
And I'm like, hey, have you heard of this Common Core math stuff? She's like, no, what's that? I'm like, oh, there's new math. Parents can help with it. She's like, no way. I'm like, yeah.
Which is true.
Which is true.
It's not like you're lying to her.
No.
No, yeah, you're spot on.
But I'm like, here, I was going to show you this thing that'll help with that. She's like, yeah, sure. I show her the math books. She's like, honey, I need the card.
Yeah, let's go. Tammy. Her name is Tammy.
Sure, Tammy.
Tammy's always bought from me. I never met
Actually,
a Tammy.
Tammy was the name of my truck that summer.
I never met a Tammy.
Didn't
that
buy?
Did not buy.
Tammy's a good
Every single Tammy I met in 4 summers.
Tammy's
Every
good.
single
Good
one
person.
bought. When like, oh, what's your name? Oh, Tammy. I'm like, oh, cool.
Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, she gets math books, pull out the cookbook. Yeah, she likes the cookbook. Bought it. I leave that house. Sizzler.
Sizzler. Let's go, baby. That's dope.
And so yeah, so
Let's
I
go.
I've done my summer the last 3 weeks. Going Sizzler, great Sizzler.
So let's talk about this summer. This last summer.
This summer.
And why you decided not to come back. I feel like this is the bulk. Well, hold on. I never asked about this. How did your parents, like, tell me about your parents and how they felt about this. Like, I always like to ask about parents, so I just kind of skipped this, so sorry for jumping back a little bit. But
Yeah. Yeah. You don't know my parents at all?
no.
We never talked about it? Okay.
No,
So
we don't, and people might be
I know, but,
surprised
like,
about this because you've been here for a couple days, but we've literally tried to avoid any Southwestern conversation while you've been here because I don't do pre-approach for this, and like whatever comes out is what's coming out.
I just forgot of it. I was ever coming in the past. So yeah. So that was a funny thing in my interview process because like Maddie was like, yeah. So like, what do your parents think?
But for the record, the reason I'm asking is I kind of want to go back and hear about how the beginning was for you because we're about to get to the end.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's a cool contrast.
No, yeah.
So sorry if you're listening. It feels like a whiplash, but it's cool.
Part of the. So my mom, when I was like 5 or 6 or something, she passed from cancer.
Your mom's passed away.
Yeah.
Dude, hang on.
Save the cheers for a second.
Wow, I just.
Because then, so I grew up with my.
Hold on, wait.
No. We're gonna do both at once. Hold on.
Well, yeah, but damn, dude, hang on. Your mom's no longer with us?
No.
Bro, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry.
Wait. Hold the sorries for.
Okay, yeah, I believe you, but
You'll see why. You'll see why.
Okay, but damn.
So then I grew up with my dad, and we were close my entire life growing up. And then my 18th birthday, similar to Katie Grassi.
Yeah. Oh,
You're
gonna make me cry. You're gonna make me cry this episode. Why are you doing this?
Dad passed from cancer.
No, dude, don't do this. No, why are you doing this, man? Come on, man. Fuck.
Cheers.
Hang on. I had a fucking. Both your parents have passed away,
Yeah.
bro. We gotta go on a tangent here for a second.
Okay. Ask away. I'm
Hang on.
I'm really no book about it.
Hold up. My parents are like, okay, all right. First of all, I'm so sorry. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
I didn't know you didn't know. I forgot.
No, we don't do period poetry for
I
this
know.
exact reason.
Yeah.
Because we want to be real in the air. Bro, I'm so sorry. Jeez. Okay. What's
Yeah.
it like when you think about it? What's Mom's Week like for you? Like, what the fuck?
It's dedicated to my cousin Jody, who's been a big part of my life.
How old were you when your mom passed away?
4 or 5.
You remember her? I mean, you got memories.
I know what she looks like. I can't remember like her talking or stuff like that.
And your dad, you mean shit.
We did everything together. Everything. Like,
And you're the only child, so it was just you and him. I mean, it was just like, that's it. Fuck, dude. I'm so sorry. I mean, I know you're cool with it, because, you know, here you are, but you haven't read, you don't know my
Not yet.
whole,
I know.
but
I've heard a lot about it, but
my folks
haven't read it
are
yet.
my folks are tight with me.
Yeah.
So that feels okay. Wow, I'm so sorry. All right, cheers. Cheers it is.
Yeah, to them.
What was your parents' names?
Larry and Martha.
Larry and Martha. To Larry and Martha, cheers to y'all. Thank you for a great kid. Wow, dude. Okay. Whew, that was a tangent. What is it like?
I just grew up really fast. Like,
No, I get that.
I went from
I relate to this.
yeah, that you can get. Like I
You
went
have to
from
be an adult before you are supposed to be, and that's hard. I get that.
I went from being a kid to being an adult in a day, pretty much.
Yeah, when I was 8, I was translating my parents' fucking legal documents to make sure we didn't get kicked out of the country to go get murdered. So
Yeah.
you know, that aspect I understand, but the loss, what it like, and if it's a story for another time.
No, it's not.
But
I'm really open about this stuff.
what? I mean, I've never lost my parents, and if you've never lost your parents and you're listening to this, maybe you relate. But there's a point where you get, I don't know. I'm almost 30. I'll be 30 next month. Actually, well, September, so I'll be 30 in 20 days after this airs. When you're that age, and you realize at some point, hopefully at this point, you've figured out at some point that your parents are mortal. Because when you're a kid, you know, like when you're 3, 4, I mean, you kind of, with your dad, maybe you kind of had this relation. Well, you knew about that, so maybe you didn't experience this. But if your parents are alive and you were lucky enough for that, there's a moment where you realize, oh shit, my parents are going to die before me. There's that moment. You realize it when you're 5.
Yeah.
But other kids don't get to realize that until later in their life. And when you realize maybe it could be that your parents are super healthy, and then all of a sudden, you know, your dad gets a call from the doctor and it's not good. You know, and you realize that mortality in your parents, that's a tough day. But for me, I'm a blessed person because it hasn't happened to me yet. But for you, like what the fuck is that like, bro?
Yeah. I mean, it was really tough. With my dad more, obviously, I didn't understand it much when how my mom, but like,
Right, you were young.
like, I remember the day he told me that he had been diagnosed.
It was cancer or what?
Yeah.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah, kind of sucks. But
Fuck cancer, dude.
Fuck cancer. But it was just like, you know, it was like me and him, like we're gonna beat this. Like I said to him, like, Dad, we're gonna win this time.
Your mom passed from cancer as well?
Yeah.
Fuck.
And so, he went to the doctors and he was getting sick. And then one day he was put into hospice care at a place. And I didn't know what that meant at the time. He told me that it was just like the next stage of him getting better. But now I know the hospice means it's time.
It's not good. Yeah.
And so I slept there every night for like 2 weeks. I slept on like the sofa chair and I went
And
to...
you were 17, 18.
Yeah, 17.
And this is why your career with... This is when you're doing your vlog. This is when you're like...
Yeah. Every day.
So full circle here. Like, we're here with you.
Yeah, every day.
Fuck, dude.
And yeah, so I'd wake up, go to school. I didn't tell anyone.
Why?
I don't know. I just didn't think it was gonna, help their day.
That's hard.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, dude.
I had people in my life that.
Yeah, I'm sure. It's so hard, dude. You didn't even have a sibling to kind of like rely on. I mean, it was just you.
Yeah. But I still did everything. Like I would wake up, go to school, apply for colleges.
How would you? I mean, fuck, dude. So insane. So insane. Okay, knowing what you know now, if you could talk to 17-year-old Jacob, what do you say?
Sell books.
Really? After everything?
If I didn't sell books, I mean, I would not be a successful person in life. Not nearly as I will be.
Jesus. All right, I'll cheers to that. Fair enough. Who am I to tell you what to do? Who am I to tell you what to do? Sell books. But yeah, fair enough.
I'm gonna mix them.
Gonna mix some more?
Yeah, it's too strong.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Cheers to your parents. Thank you for sharing. It's hard. It's so fucking hard. Wow. This is an episode right here. This is what we're here for.
I haven't got to the last summer yet.
I know. This is crazy. So who did you tell when your first summer, who did you tell? I mean, like, how did Maddie go? Oh, let's do some parent work. Like, that must have been an awkward conversation.
It was funny. So it was like.
Also, Emma texted me, by the way, too.
What'd you say?
She said, "Oh man, I'll look, but we have a lot of texts to sift through."
Oh, I thought she had screenshotted. Yeah, I don't know. It was
I'm gonna say, "Do you miss?"
She.
Smiley face.
I tell her I think she screenshotted because I feel she sent it to me once.
He says you screenshotted it
And texted to me once. But yeah, it was funny because especially like these days, parents are the biggest hurdle for recruiting. Straight up.
Well, yeah.
And so it's kind of funny, like looking back, I was related to like when you sit down with a mom.
Oh,
she sent it.
Yeah. I'll wait till you're done with this story.
I can't believe this happened. But she, like, I was related to when you sit down with a mom, like during the day, and you like do this fast suggestion, and she's like, "Oh, there's no dad in the picture or whatever."
Oh.
And
yeah, that hit
and
you
you're like,
different.
Yes.
For you, you're like, "Oh, bread and butter."
Yeah, bread,
butter.
And so, like looking back, like, and I asked her about this, like, was there a small part of you that was just like, yes? And she was like, yeah, there was.
And this was who?
Maddie.
Because
there's no parent objection.
Right. You're like,
I'm an orphan.
Sweet, I'm in there.
I'm an orphan. There's no parent objection.
Shit.
But to answer your question, so like I said, my cousin Jody is the biggest person in my life.
Maternal figure.
Yeah.
Okay. That's dope, man.
And so I called her, obviously. She helped me with everything, going through everything. And what was funny is she knew about Southwestern before I did. Because she read Take the Stairs.
By Rory Vaden. By the way, Rory, if you're ever listening,
come on the show.
God, we'd love to have you on.
And so basically she... Are you going to read it now?
Do you want me to?
Sure.
Okay, so. Oh shit!
This is the end of my third summer when I was down the dumps.
I'm gonna say you gotta listen to. She's gonna be listening to this and be like, "I was here." While this happens. That's funny. On the show. Okay, you texted her, and I quote, I really want to follow tomorrow, but I don't think I would actually help the problem. I really just don't feel like going to work, but following would probably only be a temporary fix to that. I'm really not sure what to do. And she replied, like a good manager, what's making you feel that way? And you said, I don't really know how to explain it. Part of it is just want to be done and back home already, but it's other things along with that. Right, come on, get your shit together. She said, what other things? Man, what a good man. Emma, you're awesome.
Stud.
I get nervous or scared to knock on doors. I'm tired, I'm confused on how to work in this job. I don't feel the need to do well anymore, but also want to be proud of my finish and other stuff. I'm going to sleep now, though. I got home real late from my last sit. And then you texted the next fucking morning. So can I follow, or do you think I should follow? I can't do what I did yesterday for another week. That would suck. Wow. Wow, Jacob.
And then I saw 1,200 years after that.
Oh. She said, I don't see it. Oh, we are only recording.
Anyway, yeah, that happened. We're past the part of the podcast.
This is hilarious.
But yes, I stole. Yeah, that happened. I was a piece of shit, and then I went to work. Anyway,
Okay, so now we're getting to your last summer. So why?
Wait.
2,500.
Well, I was still talking about Jody.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure.
So
Sorry,
I called
yeah.
her, and she had read Took the Stairs, and she was basically like, Jacob, I know this is, it's a good program, but it's fucking tough. Like, you know, and she's, one thing she's really great at, she's a really big proponent of letting me make my decisions, right or wrong.
That's all you need. That's a good person to be in your life.
And so she was like, if you do it, you're going to learn a ton, but it's going to be the hardest thing you ever do. And she said, if you don't do it, that's fine with me.
Wow.
And I said, okay. And I didn't really tell anyone else, but then yeah, and so there's no parent objection, and so yeah, I sell books. Anyway.
That's cool. By the way, shout out Jody.
Yeah.
She'll probably be listening.
She will.
Love you lots. Thanks so much. Thanks for giving us Jacob. And thank you for giving us Jacob.
You're welcome.
Yeah, man. Cheers to that, too. Dude, what a good time. What a good time. Also, thank you, Emma, for that.
Oh, the coconut line's fire, yeah.
Isn't it, though? Okay. So, yeah. Before we get to your fourth summer, kombucha sucks overall.
Usually.
Like, honestly. And then I drank this. And this is not... I'm not saying this because they give us kombucha. I'm saying this because...
Doesn't hurt.
We asked them if they could give us kombucha because this is so good. It is... If you taste most other kombuchas, it's like... that feeling of like... Oh,
yeah.
And then you just like...
This isn't that.
And then that's normal kombucha. And then I drank this and I was like... And actually, I was kind of nervous because... I think I said this on the air, but
yeah,
we were gonna interview Michelle Mitchell. And I was like... God, I'm going to drink this on the air for courtesy reasons, but I hope it doesn't suck. And I literally took a sip for the first time on the air, and I was like, oh, shit.
It's actually good.
This is good.
No, it's fire.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good. Go get yourself some. It's probably at any Safeway, Publix, most grocery stores.
I got a Walmart.
A Walmart?
Yeah.
Yeah, so in Florida. So, yeah,
Yeah.
they're killing it. Go check out that episode, too. Thanks, Michelle. You're awesome. Emma Barnett's still texting. Oh, she's saying she's going to listen to this episode. She's awesome. By the way,
She's awesome.
she's great.
Yeah.
All right. So here we go. Fourth summer, and then we
Fourth summer.
ponytails. Let's do this.
Yeah. So, for summer, I was like, this is summer, right? And
You knew this is your last one. By the way, this is
no,
his last...
I didn't.
Oh shit! You tell me 3 months ago you had no idea this was it.
No,
This better be it, or I'm not airing this shit.
it is.
All right.
So, I set my goals for the year. Not just one goal, set all my goals. You know, do this, do this, do this, do this. And I set a goal, I'm going to sell 5,000 units. And then I go to key persons, and there's this part about like thinking big, and like if your goals don't scare you, it's not big enough. And I said, you know what? Because like at the time, in front of me were standing like 10,000 producers, and I was like, you know what? I could do what they did. I said, this summer I'm selling 10,000 units.
Here we go. 2,000. It'd be a 7,000 unit. No, 8,000 unit jump.
It'd be pretty cool, right?
Not bad.
I was like, no one's done that. No one's gone from 2 to 8, 2 to 10.
No, even Shane Blake went from like 3 to 10.
Yeah, like people have done bigger jumps, but no one's done that jump.
Right.
So I was like, I'm gonna do it to show other people like me they can do it too.
Let's go.
And so I went in. I bought an Advantage set, and I was gonna go through page by page outlining it.
Brandon Q.
Yeah, and J Flow.
And J Flow.
Shout out. I got his outline from him for like advice. I found the Growth Bible, downloaded it, and started filling it out page by page. A 200 page document of how to grow in life and books. I joined Elevate Wellness. Wellness. And I started
Elevate Wellness, baby.
And I started going to the gym consistently, feeling good about myself physically, eating healthy.
Yeah.
Like, so here's the thing. Like, you've heard of like the slight edge philosophy.
Yeah.
Like do one thing really well different, and you'll grow. In my head, though, I was like, there's no one thing I could do that will go from 2 to 10. So I need to do a lot of things better.
Yeah, you need to do several.
Which is contrary to the philosophy that works.
Right.
But I did it. So I was physically healthy, eating, exercise, Growth Bible, outlining products, getting up at 6 in the morning every day, reading off, like everything. I did everything different. Vision boards, goals.
The whole shebang.
Didn't recruit anyone. No one came out. Did a lot of recruiting. No one came out. But did a lot of recruiting. And I get to I get to sales school, virtual sales school. I almost don't come out.
Oh, no way. I didn't know that.
Not really, but like I had doubts. Because what was crazy is after doing all of that, deep down, I felt like it was going to be the same summer. Because I almost didn't come back
the summer before.
And this is a big part, and I'll tell you why. So every other summer, first, second summer, sat down in Amy's office, I said, where do I sign? Third summer, the first time I didn't do that. And here's why. It's because I was scared.
Sure.
But I was scared that I was going to feel the way I felt when I sent that text. Because that was the worst I felt almost my entire life.
I don't want to do this. It sucks.
I just didn't want to be in that place, like, emotionally or mentally ever again.
Wisconsin, man. That makes sense.
But luckily, I had sold a few summers, and I knew that if I didn't come out of third summer, that fear wouldn't go away.
Huh.
And like, rather than running from that feeling, I need to learn how to deal with that.
That is probably the secret to having the full Southwestern experience. Which sucks because the people that go and sell a lot of books and then just do great, they don't ever feel that feeling.
No, yeah, I felt
because they always had a great summer.
No.
So there was never that moment where you're like, I need to do this because I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
Which is a unique place to be. And I'm not trying to call anybody out. I'm just saying.
And so I signed up for a third summer. And so we're going to close the sales school. And I've had an amazing year. Amazing year.
Your videography's taken off.
Red Bull.
Dude. That's a story.
We didn't talk Red Bull.
That'll be a pony story. Or we can tell it right now.
We can tell it now.
Fuck, let's just tell it right now.
So
you tell your side and I'll tell my side. This is how we met.
Yeah.
This is really how we got in
cute.
contact. Yeah, this is how we hear it. This is probably why we're here.
Yeah. So I shoot for sororities. And one day I was shooting a sorority event. This is the start of last school year. Yeah, the start of last
So
school year.
August of 2021.
No, 2020.
No, last school year was August of 2021.
Yeah, you're right. August 2021.
You need to drink more if you can.
August or
you,
less.
You drank too much.
So August 2021, I'm shooting a sorority event, and this girl comes up to me. She says, "Hey, I'm an intern at Red Bull."
The sports drink, not like fucking whatever some local.
No, not
UCF
not your
thing.
schmucks like high bar.
Red Bull.
Yeah, they make energy drinks.
If you've never heard of it,
And
read a
so,
book.
and so she's like, "Hey, we don't have a photographer for this event coming up. Do you want to like? Are you free this date?"
Excuse me, fuck yeah.
Yeah, I said I'll clear whatever I have. Yeah, I'll be there.
What's Yeah.
Red Bull, the Red Bull.
The Red Bull, not Toro Rosso.
So no,
Toro Rojo.
no, not Red Cow.
Yeah.
Not
Red
not
cow.
Blue Bull.
Red. Not that.
Yeah. So
It's a good cow.
Yeah. And so I've heard that story before.
Yeah, it's a great story.
So well, yeah, go to the job, meet the boss of the Orlando Red Bull team, and I do a great job.
Of course.
Much better job than she expected. She expected some schmuck with an icon, you know?
Right.
But
you're a schmuck with a Sony.
Many Sonys. Shout out Sony. Hey,
We're not sponsored by Sony.
but we could be.
That's right, baby. You listen to some episodes, bro.
I listen to every episode on this. And so do a great job. She's like, I'm gonna hire you for everything. I'm like, okay.
Deal.
So I did another event, and then, backstory. So EDC. This is the like
I can't even spell EDC.
penuptial moment of
Electronic dance concert.
Daisy Carnival.
That's what I meant.
So, 2 years ago. 2 years before this.
20. COVID.
No, fall 2019.
Oh, so I guess we're fall. That's 3 years ago, bro.
From now, yeah.
Yeah.
2 years ago before EDC last year.
Right. Oh, fair. Okay, yeah.
Bunch of my friends go to EDC. I'm not into that kind of music, and you can't bring cameras in. So I'm like, I don't want to go. Because like I said earlier, I enjoy things more when I can video them.
Right. Exhibit A.
Exhibit A. And so I was like, okay, next year, I'm getting hired for EDC because I want to bring my camera in.
That's sweet. That's a cool
And
one.
then flew, no EDC.
Yeah.
But for 2 years straight, Andres, every person I met that had any sort of connection with any sort of like EDM or EDC or whatever, I was like, hey, do you have any way I could shoot EDC? And like I worked at nightclubs, so I talked to nightclub people, talked to people that came to nightclubs, talked to companies, like I worked for other companies and I asked them, nothing.
Nobody had a clue.
Nothing. But then, Red Bull.
Red Bull.
So I do a few events and I text them. I'm like, hey, are you guys planning on doing anything for EDC? They're like, yeah, we're one of the main sponsors. We'll be there handing out Red Bulls. I'm like, can I come?
Shoot.
Yeah.
So dope.
She takes all the back to me, but she's like, yeah, we'd love to have you to get some content.
And again, we've mentioned this before, but you don't do this unless your product's fucking good. So get your
Yeah,
shit together.
Red Bull's not hiring for EDC if you're not good at your shit.
Yeah, yeah, and that's not him bragging. That's him talking about
No, they're just not.
self-belief.
They're just not.
There's a point where you're just good.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah.
You're good. You're fucking good. Good job. And
So-
still, this leads to how we met, which is
Yes. And so EDC happens. Incredible experience.
sure, it's crazy. The shots you got from that, by the way.
I got to go
Crazy,
backstage.
bro. Crazy.
I got to go behind the stage, in front of the stage, for free. Got paid to do it, actually.
Yeah. Badass footage.
Badass
Such
footage.
good footage.
Got to bring my big camera in, get incredible photos that I'm really proud of. I have a giant metal print of my photos from EDC.
It's so dope. Go check out his
One of my
YouTube
favorite photos I ever got. Anyway,
and your Instagram photos
by
by
Jacob L.
Jacob L.
Yeah.
I always say Jacoby because it looks like a capital I.
Yeah. But yeah,
Jacob
so
L.
that was a great experience. And then, how we met.
Yeah.
You can tell it.
Well, no. You tell the first part, then I'll tell my side.
So it's so this is funny. So kind of like tying it back into the year I've had. So yeah, EDC, sororities, like living the life. You know, travel. I've gone to like, I went to Montana, I went to Italy, like first time out of the country, like or first time in Europe. Like I am living the dream this year. So in my head, the last thing I want to do is hate my life for 3 months. Which is my fear, right?
How could you do that? I don't know. Knocking on some fucking doors.
Yeah, for 8 hours a week. But, and so, and years coming by, I end up going on a cruise the week before sales school.
Nice. Hot.
And then, the day I get back, my boss at Red Bull texted me. She's like, hey, we have some extra tickets to F1
Formula 1.
Miami.
They came to Miami. If you know what Formula 1 is, fast cars, hot
Fastest
dudes,
cars in the world.
Fastest cars in the world, driven by really attractive European men.
Yeah.
What's not to like?
Nothing to laugh like. And so, for context, these are like $900 to $2,000 tickets.
NASCAR is to flag football in 8th grade to what Formula 1 is to NFL. Like, it's not even, like, if you think, oh, racing, no, it's
not even close.
It's cream of the crop, top notch,
yeah,
just insane.
Yeah,
insanity.
So,
I mean, you were there. I mean,
yeah,
you saw it.
So it's fucking crazy. It's not an easy event to get to. So obviously I jump on it. But what's funny is I got back from the cruise. Formula 1 was the next like couple of days, and then I left for sales school the next day.
Sunday.
Yeah, literally. So I got back Thursday. Formula 1 was Friday, Saturday, and left Sunday.
Well, technically, it's also Sunday.
But but Andres.
But I get a phone call on Saturday afternoon. Now Jacob's in Miami because this is where the race is gonna be. I get a call from Jacob it's 8 p.m. my time, which is 11 your time.
Yeah, like 10 something.
And you're like, hey, my boss told me I can transfer tickets to anybody I want since I can't make it to the race because I'm going to sales school tomorrow. Is there any way you would want to come to the race tomorrow? I'm in Portland, Oregon.
The furthest you can be from Miami.
Almost as far as you can be from Miami. Like, there's only
it's hard.
It's a few places that are further in the continental U.S.
Yeah.
That you're like, that's as far as you can go. It's Alaska and Hawaii, and then some parts of Washington. Because even we're so west, it's like even western.
Not all parts. Yeah.
Point is, it's far fucking away, and I call. I'm like, let me call you back. I literally look up Portland to Miami tonight, or like just to be there because the race is at 2 or 3.
Yeah, afternoon.
I have to land at the latest by noon.
Latest.
If I want to like get off the plane, take an Uber, and make it.
More, yeah.
Find a flight. And it's $400. I call my wife, and this is why I love my wife. My wife is not the type of person that I had to ask for permission. It was more like hey, got free tickets for the Formula 1 race tomorrow, so there's some flights that leave tonight. Can you take me to the airport? That was the conversation. She goes, oh, yeah. Which, I mean...
Great wife.
If you've ever met my wife.
Fantastic wife.
Behind every... okay man is an incredible woman, and there she is. So I go, okay, I'm leaving tonight at 11. Take the red eye, land at 11:45 in Miami. Cousin picks me up, takes me to the fucking race, and I'm right. Maybe in here we'll put some clips on. Turn 11, which is, I mean, they're like $1,000 to $2,000 tickets.
Yeah,
like
good tickets.
Just. Thank you, Jacob.
And so then we became good friends.
So that's how we became friends. There you go.
But then, so imagine.
This is, you left, and you left for Southwestern.
Yeah. Yeah. So sales school comes around.
Wait, did you know this was your last one?
No.
Oh, so, okay.
I knew it could be.
Okay, so you're going into this going, okay.
So yeah, so like I was saying, I didn't even know if I knew it was gonna come out, but I had doubts. I had thoughts of calling Amy and be like, hey, like I don't know if I can do this, cause again I was going from one of the best years of my life
Yeah. Things are crushing.
to the possibility of a shit summer.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Again.
Yeah.
And so I was scared of that. And so, but I said I would sign my EDA already, so it was gonna happen. Integrity is really big to me. It's something I've grown a lot in my Southwestern career, so it's very important to me to follow through on things. And so, yeah, so I show up to sales school and virtual sales school, and so and a moment happens. Because what was crazy is even though I did so much prep, like a stupid amount of prep, going to summer, deep down, I felt like I was still going to do just not as well.
Yeah, you mentioned that you could.
Yeah. But then, we were practicing approaches, and Emma Burnett.
Love you, Emma, again.
Great. She had me approach her. And I did, the way I always did. Great approach, word for word how I do my approach, low and slow, all the things, right? And afterwards, she just stopped me. She was like, Jacob, that doesn't sound like you. And I was like, confused. Like, what do you mean? She was like, you don't talk like that. That's not how Jacob talks. And she said, watch me. And so, then she did her approach, not how she talked. And she was like, who was that? I'm like, I don't know. She was like, that was Tessa. Like, that was Tessa's approach. And she said, that felt horrible because that's not how I am. So she said, she was like, Jacob, I know. You'll see. She was like, Jacob, I want you to do it again, but I want you to forget about all the things you're trying to do right, and I just want you to say it like how Jacob would say it. And so I did that, and she was like, man, that's someone I'd want to spend 20 minutes with.
Boom.
And I just, for the first time, I just knew this summer was going to be different.
It clicked.
It clicked.
All of a sudden, you were like, oh, this is you get sit downs.
Well, because it just felt better. It felt like past 3 summers, it was exhausting to be salesman Jacob for 14 hours a day.
Yeah.
And for the first time, it just felt
Being Jacob
would be way easier. And so, summer 4 begins. And yeah,
Buckle up, baby. Best
Buckle
summer
up.
yet.
Best
More
summer yet.
units this summer than all the other summers combined.
So I'm just gonna tell the stories as they come. So week 1, I go out there. I end up being followed every single day my first week out there because I was the only not B manager in the org other than Emma and Austin.
So, and this is the summer that had like Pat Roach's daughter, and this is 12 weeks ago.
Yeah, this is
just now.
I just got home. Yeah. A week ago.
Right. And so it's an org of young managers.
Yeah. So it was
First years.
what was cool. So it was Austin, Emma, who are the OLs. It was me, a D manager,
Austin Marsh, Emma Barnett.
Yeah. Oh, right. It was me, who's the D manager, and then 3 Bs.
That's a small org.
Well, we only had like 6 first years.
Mighty. That's actually kind of ideal.
And the foreshadowing, none of them quit.
Right, but it's still kind of ideal. I mean, you're like,
Yeah.
okay, there's 6
1
of
to
us,
1.
we can make it cool.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody has one kid that they can focus on to help grow. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so go out the first week, again, follow every single day, which is weird for me. Not used to being followed, obviously. Don't just sell out of books.
Right.
Like I had been followed in the past, but not often.
Right.
But this summer,
This was new to you.
dude,
Blew your mind.
I couldn't get a first year off me. It was not horrible, but it was whatever. Love you guys. But yeah, go out there first week. And I go to work. I, leave by example, and the only thing that are different is I'm Jacob.
Fair enough.
Didn't have a monstrous week, but I sold like almost 300 units, which is my second or like
Top 5 best.
top 5 best weeks. Yeah.
Out of whatever 36
Out of-
at this
yeah.
point. Yeah.
So I'm like, cool. And I knew what I needed to hit every week to hit 10,000 units. And surprisingly, that was on track. Because all I needed to do, I didn't need to sell 800 units every week. I just needed to do my first, do last summer each week times 5.
Last summer, each week.
So if I sold like 80 units the first week last summer, I just need to sell 400 week 1.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
So I did that. Second week I go out there, and my goal is to see how early in the summer I can hit stake. Like when can we get the ball rolling, you know? And so I'm working, and then I still being followed almost every day. And then Friday of week 2, first day I hit stake in the summer.
Boom.
Yeah. No,
Then it
actually,
was
that's a lie. That's a lie. Friday week 1, the first day.
Oh, 4 days into the bookfield.
Yeah. Because
3 days into
Because I knew I needed to pick it up fast, or because oh, this is a big thing. Sorry, this is a really big thing actually.
Good.
At least all of spring semester, every single day, every morning, I did savers, and I visualized every single morning. I visualized hitting.
What is savers?
What is savers? So there's this book called Miracle Morning. I read the Millionaire's Edition.
Mm-hmm.
Read it.
Great
And
book.
there's a lesson in it called Savers, which is basically a morning.
It's a blue book, right? We're talking about.
Mine was white, but mine's a Millionaire Edition.
Yeah.
But it is basically a layout for a morning routine.
Yep.
And so
Great.
it's an acronym. So Savers, it's silence, affirmations, visualization, exercise, reading, scribing. It's 6 things to do in your morning to have a great start to your day. And so I visualized for 5, 10, 15 minutes every single morning. I visualized not only hitting 10,000 units and getting the green jacket for it, but I visualized hitting PC week 1.
Get what you picture.
Yeah. So, and I think this is a huge thing for my summer, is I believed in high goals. Like, I expected I was going to sell 10 units.
But in your head, you're thinking, I'm making this 8,000 unit jump. I'm going to break records.
Well, I just thought about it as my friends did it, and I don't think that much better than me.
Fair enough. Which is true.
Like Seth and Ian and Justin, I was like, if they can do it, I can do it.
Right. Fair enough.
And so when I did, when I hit stake on Friday, it was like, that's supposed to happen. Like, I'm eventually going to be averaging 140, 200 units a day.
A day, yeah.
So 100 is not that crazy.
Right.
So I did that, and then week 2, I don't feel a high because I thought it hit PC week 1. So week 2, I go out there, I ended up selling 545 units.
Best week ever.
Best week ever. Week 2. But still, I expected to hit PC week 1. So in my head, this was a slow week.
Right. You're 6 units short.
And what was crazy is everyone was like, yo, Jacob, good job. I got calls from people being like, yo, great week. I'm like, no, guys, we're just getting started. Like, this is not a good week.
This is below the floor.
We're just getting started. So then week 3, go out there, sell like almost 400. So, still not wrong yet. And then going into week 4, it's pie in the eye.
Yeah. No, we don't have a graphic for pie in the eye.
Pie in the eye is an age-old tradition of Southwestern where you're lined up head to head with someone else, pretty even with you. Yeah. Like a level match in your org, and whoever sells more units for that week pies the other one in the face at the Sunday meeting. So here's the thing, though. We didn't have an even match because I think Austin had COVID or something. Sorry, the flu.
You got the
Austin
flu?
Austin did.
Oh, so
And
you couldn't compete with Austin.
Well, Emma couldn't. So what we did is Emma, shout out Emma, It's like the Emma episode.
This is the episode about Emma that wasn't about Emma.
Emma matched up with me and Jordan. So Jordan was a top B, sold like 3,000 units first summer.
Hold on. I think this stopped recording for some reason. Oh, no, we're still going. Okay, good. It's good. Good edit here.
So it was...
Emma. Shout out to Emma.
Yeah, shout out Emma. So it was Emma against me and Jordan. Jordan, top first year, sold 3,000 units last summer in our org. The previous week, me and him sold 300-something units. Emma hit Chairman's that week.
Just crushing it.
So it was a pretty even matchup, right?
Yeah.
2 of us first hurt. We go out there, and we're like, we're beating Emma. Like, we're pieing Emma.
My man.
So we go out there. I sell like 40 units and like 140, and then like so like I'm having like an okay week. I'm gonna beat Emma. Jordan's having a good week, but we're gonna beat Emma. Thursday. Yeah, Thursday. Week 4.
Boom.
Boom. This day is a pony story that I'll walk you through. So, first sit down, first customer of the day. It's like an annual log, whatever. Then, also I'm being followed by a manager this day, by a B, on this Thursday. We get to sit down with this older dad, so old that I assumed he was a grandpa and did the grandpa approach. He's like, no, I have high school. I'm like, oh, cool, we'll sit down. Old guy, beat up cars, old house in the middle of the country, junior daughter, like disheveled, the whole thing, right? We sit down with him. I'm like, oh, I'll show you the Advantage books. Help with, homework and stuff.
Math and all that, yeah.
Yeah, math and that. I'm showing to him. He's like, oh, yeah, that's very helpful. The daughter is like the most not into it you could ever be.
She's like, as
she's like, yeah, I probably wouldn't use it.
Fuck this.
I probably wouldn't use it. Like, it would help. Like, and like, you could use it, but I probably wouldn't use it.
Nothing. She
No.
didn't give a fuck.
And but I'm just like going along, whatever. Anyway, long story short, I close him on the platinum, which is about $1,400 package, 6 books and
CA.
yeah,
70 units.
yeah. Also another thing, they lowered units this summer,
Oh.
so like it was harder to, anyway. It was technically harder to hit like PC.
You guys went up to European units. We
Yeah,
talked
yeah.
about this.
We did, yeah. But anyway, I close him. He looks at the price, which is $1,400. Looks at the daughter, who said she wouldn't use it. Looks back. He looks me in the eye and he says, "It's just money. Here."
Boom.
Anyway, platinum, annual log, card, goes through. We're sitting on like 80. And then next door that we get to sit down, platinum. Next door, kids library.
Boom.
We're sitting on like 190s, like noon. Best day ever, by like noon. We keep going. Another customer. We didn't get told no. We didn't get told no till 4 p.m.
What a roll. So fun.
One sit down. One of the coolest I've ever met. We get to sit down. Mom's not home. Dad says come inside. They have like a 3-year-old, like a 2nd grader or something. And I'm like, yeah, I'm just showing some educational stuff, helps with like homework and getting excited about learning. He's like, we'll take it.
Sure. Bum.
Not a nice house or anything.
Straight
But he says, we'll take it.
Pony.
He says, I dropped out of school. I went to jail. Education is everything. He said, we'll take it.
Good.
He couldn't afford the platinum, so he's got the gold.
That's all right.
Anyway.
Good job, Dad. Good dad.
Great dad. Anyway, day ends. We're sitting on 283 for the day.
Let's go. That's a good Saturday.
Thursday.
Oh, that's a good. Oh, this is Thursday.
This is Thursday.
Oh shit.
So day comes to a close, and for the week we're sitting at like 580 something. Best week ever already.
On Thursday night.
On Thursday night.
Yeah, 2 full fucking days of Saturday and only gravy. Jesus.
So go out there Friday, have a few customers, hit PC. Now this is why this is big. Hitting PC was a really big moment for me. Not because it was PC. But because I sold 600 units my first summer.
So you just did your first summer
in a week.
In 6 days.
5.
In 5 days. Bruh. That's not bad. It's a good day to realize.
So that was a big moment
for sure.
So, I mean, and for being honest, I had like a slow Friday because I was really satisfied. But then I went out Saturday and I was like, we're just going to fucking crush it today. I think I saw like almost 200 units on Saturday. Finished with like almost 800 units for the week.
Not bad.
Not bad. Jordan almost hits Mort. His best week was like 500 last summer.
Crushes it.
So we crushed Emma that week. I'm sorry, Emma, but I'll shout out to you. And we pied her. Anyway, so
eat that whipped cream.
Then I like have a 500 unit week, whatever, and then have like another big week. Also big thing. Facebook, fucking huge this summer. Huge.
Yeah, I was keeping up with you.
Yeah?
You're crushing it.
Yeah. So, what was fun, so this is my first time working country.
Oh, dude. Country's the best.
Like country. Like,
yeah.
I was working in 1,000-person towns.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my first summer.
And so, I had
best.
every police station post me on the page.
Yeah, it was first and half of my second summer. Great.
And so,
Great
everyone knew me.
You show up to the door and they're like, oh, yeah, the PR is
Dude,
so
my
good.
second town, Kofax. No one's going back to Kofax for years, dude.
Just
Destroyed it. Really good story about Kofax, actually. I'll tell it now. So, the village clerk of Kofax, Wisconsin. Her name is. You don't have to bleep this. Her name is Lynn Nigaman.
If that's her name, that's her name.
It's her name. And so.
It's a rough name.
Rough name.
Is she white?
White.
Oh, fuck. That's a rough name,
It's
bro.
Kofax, Wisconsin, population 1,200. What do you think?
That's a rough name. Yeah, she's white as shit.
And so.
I don't even know if there's a black person in town.
I met 2 black families my entire summer.
Makes sense. Accurate.
She was.
2 of 1,200. Accurate.
Yeah. No. 2 of my entire summer.
Oh, so yeah.
Yeah.
Accurate.
And so she was like the first person I met. Like she was one of the first village clerks.
That's a rough last name.
Rough.
I mean, of all the names you could choose.
So I checked in with her, got my permit, but then one day I was out selling, and I got pre-approach, and he said, "Yeah, next door, that's the Nigaman's house."
Oh no.
I said, "Lynn Nigaman?" He said, "Yeah." I'm like, "She has kids in school?" "Yeah, they're in high school." I'm like,
"Great.
You don't say." Dude, I tried to catch this woman. Must have been 5 times.
One of those.
She is one of the busiest women you ever met. Well, she's a village clerk of the town. Kids are in sports, graduating, like the whole 9, you know?
She's all over the place.
And they're loaded. The husband has a family farm bigger than the town. So they're fucking loaded.
They do well for themselves.
They do well for themselves.
Thank you, Mrs. Digman.
So anyway, I'm already done working in town, but like I'm still like working gravy in the town every now and then, like on Saturdays or whatever. And one Saturday, it's me in her first year. He's following me. Her house is on the way. I'm like, you know what? Probably sleeping, probably shouldn't go. But then I was like, you know what? If she's a buyer, she'll buy.
Right. Always do.
It's 7, 50-something a.m. Knock, knock, knock.
Hello.
Lynn Nigaman answers the door. She's like, "Oh, he woke me up." I'm like,
"Good."
I'm like, "Sorry, whatever." And I don't approach her. I'm like, "Do you have 5 minutes?" Because she knows who I am. Like,
yeah.
Not only did like she give me a permit, but she's seen me all over Facebook.
Sure.
Like she knows the deal. I'm like, "Do you have 5 minutes?" She's like, "I mean, my whole family's on vacation, but yeah, sure." The entire family's on vacation.
Kids
in
and
South
dad.
Dakota. Kids and dad.
God.
Just mom at home. High schoolers.
So,
the ideal situation to need all of the kids
And the dad.
and the dad.
We sit down. She's freshly woken up, passing on the couch or whatever, watching tunes. We sit down, build some rapport. I show her the books.
Take the platy.
Takes the flatty.
Boom. Thank you. Next.
The village clerk of that town has a platy.
It's over.
Anyway.
It's over. At that point, it's just like everybody give up.
Well, that was after everyone already bought.
But still, it's like it's over.
Yeah.
That's it. That was the boss, the final boss.
Yeah.
Level.
No. Felt fantastic. Anyway, so that happened. But yeah, everyone Kovacs bought. Facebook was huge. Kovacs was the first town I hit BC in. And then Boyceville. So it was funny. I had like separation anxiety with every town, you know, because like I had all the names, everyone knew me, blah blah blah, and then I just start fresh like, every few weeks, you know.
Yeah, because you go to the new town.
New
Because
town.
these towns were so small.
Yeah.
You can work that town for like a week and a half.
Yeah. Yeah, like 2-3 weeks was my average, but
That's a bummer about country, but also it's kind of nice because people even know each other across town.
yeah, it's not
So-
horrible. And so go to Boyceville, and then Boyceville, for the first time, the police station doesn't post me on Facebook. They said they would. They just literally never got around to it.
Shit.
Yeah.
Especially on the Facebook era.
Yeah.
Bad day.
And so I'm just like, you know what? We're going to have a great week anyway. So I just go to work, and I have like an okay week, you know, 100 units there, whatever. And then one day I go out, and this is my biggest customer ever.
Okay, so is this a ponytail, or you want to tell it now?
No, till now.
Let's do it.
I have bigger ponytails.
Oh shit.
So it's whatever. Let's say it's Friday. I don't know, but yeah, it's like Thursday, whatever. Start of the day with a Mennonite customer. Also, Mennonites. Shout out Mennonites. First Mennonite customer ever, but Explore and Learn's 9 units. So I'm sitting on 9 units all day.
It's not a zero.
Not a zero, but like I've been selling.
Might
a
as
lot of
well
books.
be. Might as well be.
Yeah, might as well be 9 units. Smallest package I sold all summer. And so it's like days going by. I'm like, okay, days going by. I'm like, I'm doing my best. It's all that matters. I'm doing my best. That was a big thing in the summer. It's like I was very committed to just doing my best and then just letting it handle itself and just trusting it would even out.
Isn't that the secret?
Like I literally trusted. It always evens out.
Isn't that the secret?
Yeah.
That's
And it did. It always evened out. Whole summer just evened out. The weeks evened out. I was doing my best all week. Anyway, it's like 6:30, and I talk to this homeschool mom. Not into it, but I get pre-approach. She's like, "Oh, next door, divorced dad, you know, split custody or whatever. Probably not like a prospect." And I believed her.
Yeah.
Because I was like, yeah, like usually like if a dad in general will buy split custody, even more so not.
Yeah, especially if they're not home. You're like, all right.
So I drive down, I see them sitting on the porch, and I drive past.
Bad news bears.
But then I was like, you know what, Jacob? You didn't pass it because it's a bad prospect. You passed it
You're scared as shit.
because they're sitting outside. And if there's a weird phenomena I've learned. And that's whenever I don't want to pull into a house and I turn around, they always buy.
If not 9 out of 10 times, 10 out of 10.
And so,
Yeah.
So literally my self-talk was, Jacob, if you turn around right now, they're going to buy.
Yes.
So I turned around.
What happened?
I pulled in.
What happened?
I walked up and I said, hey, I'm Jacob. They're like out like on the porch having beers. Hey, I'm Jacob. I'm showing some educational stuff. The dad's like, for real? I'm like, yeah. He's like, take a
Sit
seat.
down. Wow.
And so I go through with them, and the dad says he works at the Walmart distribution center.
Cool.
Which might not sound important.
No, in a small Wisconsin town.
But what I learned this past summer is there's 2 things that all people that work there have in common. The first thing is none of them want their kids to work
at
the Walmart distribution center.
Yep.
The second thing is that they get paid a lot of money to work
at the Walmart
distribution center.
Yeah. We can go into a tangent right here about that, but yes, absolutely.
And my ponytails involve that. So when he said that, I was like, oh yeah. And they had a preschooler, a middle schooler, a 10th and 11th grader.
Great. The Gambit. Bag, baby.
I never sold the bag.
Oh! Fair enough.
Up until this point. I showed them everything.
All of the things, yeah.
They bought everything.
All of the things.
And I went from 9 units.
120.
120 something.
Yeah.
And I finished the day with like 177 units.
Oops.
That's
how it works, man. Averages out.
It always evens out. And so I'm defending PC that week again. Like 750 something units or 740 something. I never sold 600 something units in my entire career.
Wild.
And then
Welcome to the club, sir.
yes. So this is a big thing too. I got in the club.
Yeah, 2 times.
Got the hoodie.
PC. Yep.
And so then a thing happened that caused problems. I lost all reasons to have sales. What I mean by that is my main goal in sales that I cared about was Sizzler.
You hit it.
I hit growth week 6 or 7.
So like
whatever.
1,100 unit increase. So you're at 3,200.
Yeah.
So you'd grown. Why would I need to keep going?
That already beat my first summer in a week.
Yeah.
Got the hoodie.
Proving yourself.
Made more money than I know what to do with.
Yeah. Why the fuck would I keep going?
Yeah.
This sucks.
Well, it's not that it sucks. It's like I know.
No, but it sucks.
I just had no reason to keep doing well.
Well, that's my point. Because selling books sucks. I don't care who you are. Like,
well, yeah,
you're like, it's not fun. No, it's
No.
not. It's really not.
It's not.
The reason it's fun is because it's worth the suck.
Yeah.
If
But
you do
I
good.
had no more reason.
And you
lost.
got it all. So there was no reason to suck to enjoy the suck anymore. Yeah, that's what happened.
So then the next week, super slow week.
Yeah.
Like, I think I was at like.
You just stopped caring.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand.
I stopped caring.
Yeah.
But like in a bad way.
My second summer, yeah, I hit
There's
PC and I was like, oh. Okay.
There's a good way of stop caring and it's a bad way.
Yeah.
This is the bad way.
Oh, for sure. I mean, yeah, I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying.
And so.
I understand the feeling where you're like, fuck it.
And so I asked Emma if I could follow. But not in a bad way. Just like, I just need a reset. Because I had not followed once the entire summer. She said, okay, you can follow Jordan. Cool. Follow Jordan. He has a good day. Sells over 200 units. And I'm like, you know what I need? I need some good old-fashioned motivation. And I thought back to when Ryan Groom made that bet with me. And what I learned from the Ponytails podcast, from Lee McCroskey's episode.
Great episode.
Lee talked about towards and away motivation.
Yeah.
I'd never been told that concept, but in that moment, listening to the episode, I learned, holy shit, that makes fucking sense. I'm definitely away motivated. And that's why that's one of the reasons I didn't do well at Southwestern for a long time, is because I wasn't motivated to hit the awards or the contest or shit like that.
You don't care.
I don't care.
But you want to avoid something.
I want to avoid things. I want to avoid not going on Sizzler.
Right.
I cared more about not having the FOMO of not going on Sizzler than I cared about being on Sizzler.
Right.
And so I was like, okay, let's do that. So I started making bets. And I made a bet with Jordan. I said, hey, let's just for fun, tomorrow, Saturday, whoever sold more books gets driven to the Sunday meeting.
Cool.
And you didn't want to drive.
I didn't want to drive. And my only self-talk that entire day is, I'm not driving.
Yep.
He's driving. And I sold like 200 something units a day. Second best day ever. And so I was like, okay, let's try this. So next week, I made bets for the week. I made 2 bets for the week and a daily bet. I was like, if I'm doing this, I'm doing this. And I made it with Martin, or with Maria Seralde, great girl. And I said, hey, let's make a bet. And I said, whoever sold more books this week, the loser has to get the other one drinks for an entire night on Sizzler.
Drink bitch.
Drink bitch.
Let's go.
And I was like, the entire week, I was like, I do not want to get Maria drinks Sizzler. And I cared more about that than making $6,000 in a week. Way more. I couldn't give a shit about making $5,000 in a week. I have money. I don't need more money. But I did not want to get Maria drinks. And so I worked my ass off that week. Had the best week ever again. 700 something units.
When did you start listening to the podcast?
This summer?
Yeah. Well, this is all the same summer, right? Fourth summer?
Well, I listened to it last summer too, or third summer too.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, because it's interesting that, like, when you figure this out about yourself, all of a sudden you're jamming again for a whole different reason.
Yeah, whole different reason.
So you find a whole different reason to do well in books,
Totally
which is
different.
rare for book people.
It was a total flip flop. And yeah, so I just did that. I just made bets every week. Eventually, I started to work less because, like, you know, at a certain point when you've hit double growth, it's like, what's the fucking point anymore?
Yeah, you still lose it.
It's like, yeah, it's just like this is ridiculous at a certain point. So, but by the end, I was like, I really just want to get this over with. I still went to work every day and had go like good sales the rest of the week. What was funny? So our org was the only org in Wisconsin. We were hours and hours away from any other org in the company. So we did
6 managers, 6 associates, 12 of you.
Yeah. So we didn't have border wars. We didn't really interact much with any other orgs. So it was like a bubble.
Which is kind of dope.
It is dope. And so for me and Jordan, because me and Jordan popped off, like he hit like quadruple growth or something like that.
Stud.
Yeah. Like me and him were same HQ, had a fun summer, you know? It was just, also I took a tip from you and your first HQ.
With the jerky?
Yeah. I bought Ferrero Rocher chocolates.
Nice.
And I only ate one if I had steak.
Nice. Is that to Jordan?
No.
This is just for you. It's just
one of the first who started doing it, but I said anyone could, but it was mostly just me. But
Ferrero Rocher. We're not sponsored with them.
But we could be. And so yeah, and so like to me, PC was normal.
Yeah.
Because Emma and Austin were just hitting
Why
channels.
not? Yeah.
Me and Jordan were hitting PC. So it's like anything else was a slow week. So on weeks where I wasn't motivated or didn't work as hard and I knew that I didn't work as hard, I'd be like, I wouldn't like be upset, but like I'd be like, man, this is a really slow week. What was funny is I'd still get put on good news because I sold 407 units, but to me that was a shitty week.
Right.
This summer.
The mentality changed. I mean,
Yeah,
it was crazy.
total shit.
If you didn't hit your first summer in 1 week,
It was a slow week.
you're shitty.
And
Amazing.
and that was true of the first years too. Like our org, by far, sold more books than any other org. We were I don't know who won, but we were tied for number one org in the company with Nebraska, who had better stats than us but didn't sell many books. Yeah, Nebraska. So they had better stats than us. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, I didn't get 30 demos the entire summer.
Same.
Like my best weeks, I would get like a little over 100 demos.
Because you're sitting down with everybody. That's what happens.
Yeah, and like I wasn't flashing books for demos. I stopped trying to get stats, and my goal was just to sell books every day. Every day I went out there, I expected to sell 200 books.
You can't get to that point until you master 30 demos a day.
Yeah,
That's
like
the
I
deal.
went through 2.5, almost 3 summers of, busting my ass,
Eating shit.
total shit, spoonfuls of shit
Well, until you figure it out.
until I figure it out.
Which is what it takes. So if you're listening to this and it's week 3, go sell 30.
Yeah,
Go
for the love
show
of
them
God,
books 30
go to
times.
work, flash some books. But like, it was a total mental shift. And me and Emma even talked about this. But like, yeah, it just went from I stopped going out to get stats, and I went out to sell books. And so yeah, and that has downsides too, because for example, when you are way ahead of your goals, you lose money to sell books, and you don't have anything else to fall back on.
Fair.
So
you gotta
it's-
make bigger goals.
it's got pitfalls
and then
too.
they scare you, and then you're back to the same. Yeah.
So it's got pitfall. But anyway, we get to the end, have a best week again, and then kind of like ease off for the last few weeks. Wasn't trying more hard. I just didn't care anymore. And then yeah, and then drive to.
Why is
Check
this your last summer?
Oh yeah. Yeah. So
We'll do this and then ponytails.
yeah. So like I said, going into the summer, I knew this could have been my last one. You know, I'm graduating this fall. You know, my business is doing well. It can do a lot better if I didn't stop cold for 3 months every
yeah.
summer. You know,
Dude, especially in the summertime.
yeah, and like, you know, it's tough because like I would leave clients for the summer and sometimes they'd find someone else.
What if Red will pay you to go around the world and just take pictures of Formula One cars
Now?
and videos? Yeah.
Yeah. Why not?
Take Andres with you.
Yeah, of course. Assistant.
Like, yeah, I'm my assistant. Yeah.
Dude, I can't tell you how many times. Oh, we didn't talk about OnlyFans. Sorry, that was
Oh.
that was really
That could be part of
random.
the pony story.
Yeah, we'll get that later. Sorry, that was really random. We'll explain that later on. You gotta listen to the rest of the episode. But I can't tell you how many times I would get hired to shoot like a sorority event, and like all my fraternity brothers would be like, hey Jacob, do you need an assistant for your shoot? I'm like, no, you horny pervs. No, I don't need an
Yeah, those
assistant.
frat boys just want to go see some girls shaking their ass.
Yeah.
Fucking assholes.
But
Google it, bro.
But yeah, so graduating college, things are going well, and I figured either this summer I'm gonna do really bad again, and I just Southwestern isn't for me. Selling books is just not for me.
Fine.
Or this is the summer and I'll get what I want out of it.
And you did.
And so yeah, and so when I finished the summer hitting triple growth, you know, over 5,000 units after selling 2 last summer. Like yeah, was it the 10 I wanted to do? No, but it was a good jump.
Yeah, it's solid. I mean, it's-
I was like,
you don't accidentally do that.
no,
Yeah.
no. I finally felt like I got out what I intended to.
Yeah, you get the experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what was really nice, and you know, we talked about this, is like when I sat down with Ben Kessler, who a few summers back was the reason I came back for my second summer.
Shout out, Ben.
Great guy. You know, we just talked, and we just talked about like how well I did and how I've grown, my plans. We didn't talk about if I should come back.
No.
It didn't come up.
That's beautiful.
And then I sat down with Amy, and we sat down, and before she even said anything, we just high-fived. And she was like, we did it. And what's cool is after my first summer at GRS, I had got a bouncy ball out of one of the little machines. And I jokingly said, hey, Amy, this is my EDA for the next 4 summers, or whatever. And I gave it to her, and she was like, I'm going to keep this. And she kept that shit on her desk for 4 years. And she said that bouncy ball came through. I was like, yeah, it did.
Boom! Let's go. That's awesome.
And yeah, like, again, we just talked about how cool it was to see me grow over the years. And we just talked about, you know, my plans, you know, all the things that I'm going to do.
What are your plans? What are you doing?
Oh, yeah, that thing. So, you know, right now.
This is good OnlyFans / what's going on next.
yeah, I guess so. So this semester, last semester of college, finally, year 6, 5.5 years of college. Finishing this semester. So I've had, you know, the photo video been talked about earlier for years now. And basically my goal for this semester is to grow it from part-time to full-time by the spring. So that way when spring comes along with
You
full-time.
graduated, you can get the fuck out and do that full time.
Yeah, exactly. Just a full-time video photo stuff.
Makes sense.
That's the short term, long term. long term, I'll move somewhere, build a video there, and basically,
Portland.
nope. But the plan is basically to keep getting more and more clients until the point where I can't handle my own. Then I'll hire an editor, more and more clients until we need like a whole team. But then the long term goal is to basically, for the company that I'm starting, to be a place to help teach talented photographers and videographers how to run a business.
Yeah, that sounds useful.
Because there are a lot of people like me who are really good at photo and video, but don't know anything, don't even know where to start.
Marketing themselves, yeah.
Yeah, like how to get a client, how to get paid, how to set up, payment structure,
We
everything.
should start a podcast.
Yeah, maybe. Under PT Studios. But so
that's the goal.
That's the
make
goal.
this conglomerate of educational resource, almost.
no, but just like basically the idea is have like teams of people under in the company, and we'll like get them clients, and they know how to make great videos or commercials already.
So you provide the clients, they provide the content.
We provide like the networking, the business stuff, and we teach them that.
The stuff that isn't shooting, but is needed to have a
and then that
successful
way,
shooting.
they
company.
can get their own clients.
Yeah.
And all that.
Yeah. Perfect.
Because I honestly got lucky with, sorority stuff.
But yes and no. Your talent took you there too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. In terms of the business stuff, like I just sorority jobs fell into my lap, and then Southwestern taught me everything else.
Fair.
But not everyone has that. Some people are just really talented and don't know what to do with it, don't know how to start, And so I want to just be a place that can connect those people to people that want their talents.
Yeah, that's dope. That is badass. If you are a videographer and you want to learn a little bit more about how to be successful at it,
but not yet. We're not there yet.
At least pick his brain. But eventually, pay the man. He'll take you to the moon. That's badass, dude. It's badass. And you're also going to take a tour with us.
Yes, that's exciting.
When we go to Europe.
And then OnlyFans. So
OnlyFans.
This is a good transition in ponytails. So this is the first ponytail, I guess.
Yeah. Okay, so it's time for the ponytails. Hold on. EnLight.Energy.
EnLight.Energy.
Killing it in Florida. They're making a shit ton of money. Solar's blowing up. Get a hold of us. We'll get you in touch with Alex Black, but only if you want to make a lot of money. If you don't, that's okay too. Go sell books. But if you want to make money, for sure, call us.
Yeah. One sale every 2 weeks.
It's like over 100,000. Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
Income.
Also, Cardinal senior benefits, bro.
Oh, yeah.
If you work 30 to 40 hours a week on average, just expect to make anywhere between $5,000 to $15,000.
And are they still doing the referral bonus?
And they're doing the referral bonus.
If you are someone, or you know someone who might want to work with Cardinal, just by signing up or having them sign up, you would get $500 in a referral bonus.
That right there proves that our marketing is really, really good, because our guest is doing the ad straight from just listening.
I listen to a lot of episodes.
That's why you know. So here's what you want to do: listen to all our episodes, and then refer someone, even if it's not you. But honestly, for the record, if you guys don't know this, I feel like I should mention this. 150 episodes in, all of our sponsors are book people, or people who work for companies that are owned by book people, or so we kept it in the family. So please don't skip over them. Listen, because you never know who might need this.
I want the added value stuff.
Oh yeah, we do added value stuff all the time. So just never skip them.
It's not just regular ad.
Keep an eye on them. Why would you skip this? Support us. Even if you're not paying shit to listen to this, it's free to you. The least you can do is just listen to it. God damn it. Just thank you for your time. Although, who am I to demand your time? So I'm nobody. Sorry. If you want to, please listen to it. If not, it's totally okay too. And I mean that.
Whatever.
Thanks for being here anyway. All right, ponytails, baby.
Yeah, we'll start with a bang. So,
OnlyFans. So explain what OnlyFans is for some of the people that are listening.
I'm not that well versed. I never used it. Actually, haven't. But basically, from what I understand, it's like a social media site, but you have to pay to, like, be friends with someone.
Follow people who are on it.
And
So it's like Instagram, but you gotta pay to follow those people.
And the creators on it post sexy stuff.
Yeah, so the question is, why would I ever pay to watch someone? It's because...
Well, it's like the connection, which I have a really funny thing about that you're gonna crack your ass off. So, but yeah, so it's like you can like talk to them, like you chat with them. It's like a connection.
And it's usually, after COVID, it was a lot of ladies who found out that they're attractive and
and they can make so much money.
People are willing to pay money monthly,
lots of money,
to watch them.
Yeah, like
post pictures
so much money
of themselves,
sexy,
in a sexy way.
Yeah,
fair enough.
And so, one day I got a text from a friend of mine. She's like, "Hey, I'm working with this modeling agency. I'm a photographer.
Your own modeling agency.
Photographer. And, well, this is a girl. She's like, yeah, photographer. Like, are you free? I'm like, yeah, sure. Models, yeah. So I show up, and I haven't told you the story. I show up. Have I now?
No, I don't think so.
I show up, and she's not there yet, and the only person there is the owner of the house.
Oh, good.
I come inside.
You're good at dealing with those.
One of the first things he says is, "Hey, do you want to see the sex dungeon?" I said, "The what?" Oh yeah, I'll show you. Andres, we go into the laundry room. He moves the fridge out of the way, and there's a door 3.5 feet tall.
Jesus.
With a pin pad. He unlocks it with a code, opens it. We walk through the door, and it's literally a black wall, chains and whips hanging up, with a bed, sex dungeon with neon
straight
lights.
Up like all of
straight up fucking whatever that movie is.
BDSM.
Yeah,
50 Shades of Grey.
All that shit.
Never seen it, but I know I've heard from moms.
Same. All that shit.
Yikes.
And I'm like, oh, cool. He's like, yeah, I've been working on it for a while, actually. I'm like, nice. So my friend shows up, and I pull her aside. I'm like, hey, so what's this shoot for?
You're just taking pictures, right?
She's like, oh, I didn't tell you this is for OnlyFans? I'm like, that didn't come up.
Fucking skipped it.
Didn't come up. You missed that little piece of information.
Small detail.
So then I'm hit with the decision of, do I do this shoot?
Oh shit! What do you do? How much is she paying you?
It was like a few $100.
That's not enough.
That's my rate for
okay, well, fair.
at the time for photos.
As of the time of this recording,
it's more now.
It's more now.
I was like, fine, whatever. So I took pictures of
that
sexy, and the guy who's in charge, he's like a really, or was, rest in peace, really big guy in the Orlando like night community. Like, he's famous in the Orlando community, and he's like rich. He has like companies and stuff, but he's now a
dead guy.
Well, no. At the time, he's like he's an e-pimp, basically. He's like a.
He facilitates these exchanges.
He's an OnlyFans pimp, pretty much. And so it was like 4 or 5 girls, whatever. And then so he's like, "Yeah, do you want to work together again?" And I'm like, "I guess so."
Dude, this is wild.
But okay, here's the funny thing. There's this other guy there. I'm probably yelling. This other guy there, short Asian guy, which is relevant. And we're talking, and it turns out this guy, he's the one that runs the girls' accounts.
Jeez, dude.
Why it's funny, if you didn't realize it, what that means is when these horny guys are texting these hot girls.
This is the dude that's sending the pictures.
This is the dude that's talking to them. He's chatting with them.
This is a whole new world we've discovered with the Ponytails podcast.
Yeah, just be aware, if you use OnlyFans, you might be talking to a short Asian guy. Probably are. So that was just funny. But anyway, I do a few more shoots with them, and it's just like weird. It's a weird job.
Yeah, no shit.
That's
odd.
Because, like, in society, when you see girls walking around, they're wearing shirts.
Normally, yeah.
Yeah. So
Unless you're like
it's really weird to just be in a house and girls are just walking around
nothing.
sexy.
Sexy is a good way to put it.
But like really sexy, you know?
Sure.
It's like weird. It's like your brain's not used to that. And but like you just have to just stand there and act like it's normal. Like, oh yeah,
it
hey
makes sense
Sally.
that you're just wearing this.
Yeah,
or
hey,
not this.
nice new piercing, Sally. Yeah, you know, it's like what do you say? You make small talk. Like how do you keep your eyes up?
Scary.
Yeah, like eyes up here. What? Your tits are out. Sorry.
They're looking at me.
Yeah, like they
It's like a butt crack.
they started it. You know.
It's like a butt crack. You're like,
Yeah, but like fully out. Anyway,
yikes.
so it was a weird job. I did it for a little bit. Had a few shoots. I think like 3 or 4 shoots.
Scary.
But then yeah, the guy died. He had like overdose or something. Really sad for the community.
Somehow that makes sense.
Yeah, he was doing whippets at every shoot.
Jesus.
Yeah, don't do drugs.
Don't do drugs, kids.
Not the bad ones at least. But yeah, so that was my OnlyFans experience. And the girls were cool. Like, they were chill.
Yeah, sure. I mean,
Like I still talk to some of them. Like one of them likes anime. Like they're chill.
good for you.
Yeah,
Great gal.
they're cool.
Anime's great.
They're cool people.
Highly recommend.
Some of them weren't. Some of them were like bitches, but
Stuck up a little.
most of them were cool.
Yeah. Dude,
So, yeah,
that's
first place
so wild.
Yeah.
Ponytail number 1.
Okay, the second
Number 2,
segment
coming up.
of ponytails, I describe as out of nowhere ponies,
Hit it.
and I have a few of them.
Good.
First one, good old trailer parks.
Oh God, yes.
We love them.
Those were like the ones that were like, oh yeah.
We love them.
Those are the ones that make you feel like you were a badass.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
And so, you know, we're knocking the trailer parks. People, they're saying they don't have money, you know, which they do that. I know they do, but they say that thing. And then one day, I'm knocking on trailer parks, being followed by a student manager. It's later in the day. Knocks on one door. Dad comes out, younger dad. Yeah, late 20s, early 30s. We sit down on the porch of the trailer. 2 chairs. And, you know, we're going through it. He's not into it. Not at all.
Don't care.
He's like, yeah, cool. Sure. Yeah, cool. Mom comes out, also not into it, showing the advantage books. Like, yeah, math stuff. They're like, yeah, sure, cool. So I'm like, dude, I gotta get out of here. So I'm like, yeah, there's kids books too. Do you want to see the kids books? Hopefully they say no and get the fuck
Boom.
out of there. They're like, oh yeah, kids books. Yeah, we have like a 1-year-old. Yeah, sure. Show the kid book. They're a little more into the kid books. I'm like, oh cool. Maybe they'll get a my set. Something, you know?
Good old Mufu.
Yeah. Well, I didn't sell Mofus this summer. I don't sell Mofus. It's a set. I will say, quick side tangent. I never really figured out the customer thing. Like, my best day was like 5 customers, and that was like a handful of times. But I figured out the package size thing.
Which is nice.
So
That's all you need.
yeah, like I would mostly like it was rare I would ever sell less than a kid's library.
Fair.
Like it was always a kid set and usually a 5 book.
Yeah, I understand.
least.
My first summer was like that. My second summer, I decided to let them buy.
Yeah. No, yeah.
And it evened out.
I just closed them on everything and
There's no right or wrong.
Let
way
them
to
break
do
it down.
It's just, it evens
yeah,
out.
it evens out.
Yeah.
I had less customers, big pack size. There are people that had a lot more
Ton of
customers.
customers like Mufus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
Then you get Peters who are like a ton
Both.
of customers and they're all
Bags.
baddies and a halves. Yeah.
bags.
Fucking crazy.
But so yeah, so I showed them the kids books too because they want to see it. I'm like, okay, kids books, whatever. But I always close on everything that I showed that they're into. I close them on Kids Platinum, you know, 5 books, all the kids books, like $1,200-$1,300 package. And yeah, it's just this much money, whatever. The dad looks at the iPad, looks at life and says, 1,200 books to help the kids at school, or make the kids smarter, whatever. What do you think? She's like, oh, it's up to you. He's like, yeah, we'll do it.
Yes. Good.
That was tied for the biggest package ever sold at that time. Because it got the annual log, too, which is $275 up front. Other surprise pony, that same exact package, third summer, last week, made an appointment with his dad, because I caught him during his daughter's birthday party, busy.
Yeah.
He said, come back Monday night, late Monday night. I'm like, cool. I show up at like 9 p.m. is when he said to, and he comes outside. Everyone's waiting inside. I'm like, oh, you want the kids? He's like, oh no, they're getting to bed. Do I have the wife? Like, oh no, she's busy. Whatever. I'm like, okay. So it's just me and him sitting on the porch. It's dark, and again, not into it. Now, on the contrary, not in the trailer. Huge fucking mansion.
Big brick.
Biggest brick I worked all summer. Big dentist guy. A lot of money. But I'm showing to him, and it's like so awkward. It's like just me and him sitting on the porch. I'm like, yeah. He's like, cool, okay, yeah. Like that's it the whole time.
You just wanted to get the fuck out of there. So
I want to get the fuck out of there. Dude, I was like, this is so stupid. Why am I doing this? He's not gonna buy, obviously.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, and back then I was still asking them what package they wanted, and he was like, how much for the golds? I was like, what do you mean the golds? He's like, well, there's 2 gold packages. How much are both of them? I was like, So he wanted the price for the 6th book and the kids library.
Do it. Close them on both.
I said it's this much. Just okay.
We'll do that.
Get this card.
Drop the books off.
Drop the books off.
See ya.
Annual log.
Bye.
Bye. See you later.
That's awesome.
Okay.
Pony, baby.
These next 2.
That's the pony.
That's
I
fine.
mean, those 2 are ponies.
No. These next 2, Andres, these are the out of nowhere ones. First one. Actually, I'll swap them. This one, this is out of Cardinal, but the last one's more creepy. Meet this guy. He lives with his girlfriend, but he said his girlfriend's sister is staying with them because she's in between whatever. And she has a kid. He says, come back this day. She'll be here. I'm like, okay. I show up. She's there. Sit down outside. Young mom, close to my age, with like a newborn, like 8 months old. Dad, currently in prison.
Nice. Felon.
She's living with her sister in a shitty small house because she doesn't have somewhere to live. But she works at the Walmart distribution center.
Which means I got names, baby.
No. I didn't that time. But it means 2 things. She doesn't want her kid to work at the Walmart distribution center.
And she got money.
She got money. And
she had that.
This is when I first learned that. And so I show her the kids' library. So I show them everything that fits their kids. Clothes are on it. And again, I'm hoping she can get a my set. I'm hoping she can afford a my set. And I'm like, yeah, do you want to do half or full? She's like, I'll do half. Which is like $300. On the card. Annual log with another $300 on top of that.
Boom.
Goes through.
Let's go. She's a badass.
Yep.
Couldn't have ever read it. That's the kind of pony you're like, never judge a book by its cover pony.
No. This next one. This next one. Followed by a first year. We pull up to a trailer. Shitty blue trailer. Knock on the door. Teenage daughter comes out. Like, oh yeah, my mom's sleeping. She works nights. Come back. Cool. I'm about to leave. She's like, but I think she's home. I'm like, who's home? She's like, our neighbor. It's a duplex.
Baby, let's go. I'm in there.
It's a trailer duplex.
Wow.
I'm like, are you sure there's no car there? She's like, oh, she doesn't drive. I'm like, okay. Knock on the door. This is Wednesday, 10 a.m.
Just fucking random day.
Random day, middle of the day, middle of a work day. She's home. We sit down. I want to say this carefully. Amazing mom, obviously, but she was not in the best looking shape.
Sure.
You know, like teeth, not it.
Right.
Kind of run down.
The trailer.
2 kids, kind of dirty. You know, younger kids.
Right. It's
like-
just rough. It's not her
Yeah.
fault. Just
No.
the circumstances. Life has happened to her.
Life has happened to her. But she's into the books. Again, I'm hoping she can afford my set with payments.
Fuck yeah, no, you know what I mean? Shit.
We go through it. I close her on the kids' library. I said, yeah, it's for the whole set, 26 books. It's just 4 payments of $130. She says, oh, can I just do it all at once?
That's a good price for them.
I said,
Yeah,
you can do it all at once. She runs the card, $566, goes through. She gets the annual log.
$300 on top, just $800. Man, you guys get logs for units. You fucking units shouldn't count. How many book units did you sell?
Oh, dude,
you
I had 1,300 log units this summer.
How many book units did you actually sell? You fucking pansies. We didn't get shit like that.
I had a lot of logs.
Bullshit. Boo.
But
I mean, it's still money, but boo.
But yeah,
I'm just saucy.
I know.
I'm just salty because
I know.
we sold books, baby. Ain't no systems.
we sell systems. now.
Fuck you, Danny.
We sell systems. Shout out Danny, we sell systems. But yeah, she was like, yeah, I'll do it all at once.
That's badass. That's you love that. You just love that.
You
You're
do.
like, wow,
You
you
feel
never
good about
judge
that.
a book by its cover.
No. Are you ready for the story?
Oh, this is the pony. Hold on. You're telling me this is it. This is the end of the episode.
Yeah.
This is where people buckle up for safety, motherfuckers. This is it. Now, hold on. Take a minute. This has been your episode.
It's an episode.
We've been looking forward to this for a minute. You
long
flew
time.
the
Years.
fuck out here to tell me this story. You listened to every episode.
I've waited for this moment for years.
I'm proud of you, bro. I'm proud to have. I'm honored that you're here. So, let's take a moment. Be in the present. That's what we learned in Southwestern. We're here. Cheers to you, sir.
Cheers to me. Cheers to you. You've come a long way.
I just talk to people. You're telling me cool stories.
So,
Mike
This-
is yours, sir.
this summer, me and Emma's org, we had our very own unit patter.
Unit patter? What the fuck is that?
You know, the girl from your second summer who faked all the units.
Oh, unit patter, like
Yeah,
PDDD.
That's what I
Yeah.
said.
I don't know why that.
Yeah, so we had our own.
Oh no,
Yes.
no.
Yes.
There's like 3 different episodes about this, but Elena Arndt's episode. And,
Elena Arden is
and,
the best episode to hear about it from.
Who else? There was a Robert Clare. I think he was the one. Was he the one that faked the units and he came back and crushed it?
Oh
no, Guayo. Dude.
Guayo.
Go listen to
Dude,
that
it's a fire
The
episode.
crazy
Dude,
episode.
Guayo's episode insane.
Bomb. After this, go listen
And
to that.
then Yvette about the
pattern,
books in the field.
Page Man, baby.
Page May. So we had our own Page May. And what was
We said her
funny,
name out loud.
you said it
Sorry,
out loud on the show.
I know. Sorry, Paige.
So
Shouldn't have lied.
this guy, what's funny is the first years from our org still don't know. So they're going to find out when they see this. But one of the first years in our org,
Hey, message us if this is where you find out about this.
one of the first years in our org, I'm not going to say his name, but he,
Or she.
I already said he, there was one girl in our org and it was Ella Roach.
Ella Roach. So good job, Ella. Wasn't you.
So
Thanks, Pat.
we came out. He was number 1 in virtual sales. So he was super hard worker, running, most coachable out of the whole org, you know? High hopes.
They always are.
But kind of an off kid, you know? Kind of like just, like you were saying, like,
Different.
but we were like, he's going to have a great summer. We get out there, he's in MHQ, and he's going out there having a slow start, but having customers, you know, now and then. and he's working. Like, he's the hours and the demos, big dog every week.
But he's batting.
Like, and
Shit.
It got to the point where he would get home every night after 11, midnight sometimes, and it got to the point where I needed to sleep. I went to bed, and our motto of this summer for this kid became, he always comes back. He always comes back. Like a dog. He always comes back. I don't have to worry. I'm going to go to bed. He'll be there in the morning, you know? And he was. He's always there in the morning. I went to bed. He wasn't home. He was there in the morning, you know? It got to the point where one day his car blew up. He had an old car. His car blew up one day. And Emma's freaking out. She's like, and he has a flip phone. Everyone's going to not know who he is. This kid has a flip phone.
Do the other kids in the org know who this is now?
Yes.
Now you know.
He had a flip phone.
I don't fucking matter. You're not.
And he never answered his phone. He was so hard to catch. So, this one day, this kid, car's broken.
Blew up his car.
Don't know what turf he's in. And he won't answer his phone. So Emma, it's after work. Emma's calling me freaked out. Like, Jacob, I don't know what to do. I'm gonna call the police, but I don't know what police to call. I don't know what town he's in. And I said, Emma, obviously, if you need him, let me know. But Emma, he always comes back.
It'll be okay.
And I hung up. And I went to bed. And I woke up, and who was there? Him. He always comes back. But anyway, weeks go by. He's having like 200 unit weeks at the first year. Yeah. And he's selling to. Here's the thing. He said he was selling to Amish.
So it's all cash.
Cash.
No cards.
No cards.
Small packages.
No logs. No phone number. No email.
Right, because they don't have that.
Tracks,
Checks out, yeah. Wisconsin.
Week before deliveries, I get a call from Emma. Shout out Emma. She says, "Hey Jacob, I just want to fill you in because I can't talk. I can't tell anyone else about this." She's like, "This first year, he has 2% remitted." Which means of the money he should have in his Southwestern account from what he collected, he only has 2% of that money that he claims he collected in his account. Which you're supposed to have like 80% to order books.
At least.
And so she's like, I'm hoping, and she said, I checked his ROS, they're all cash, paid in full.
Not good.
She said, it's not a sure thing. I'm going to talk to him, and I hope it's just one of those things where, like, he's weird, and he just has 16 grand under his mattress.
Or in his bank account, in his fanny pack.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And I'm like, I said, if you need anything, let me know.
I sleep on that mattress. Ain't nothing down there.
She approaches him at delivery school, before delivery school. And
this is like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. Me and Emma had a conversation about me telling this story on the podcast. And she said, you should mention us having this conversation about you having to tell a story on the podcast.
Shout out Emma.
Shout out for that. This podcast is sponsored by Emma, but it could be.
It's not sponsored by Emma.
But it could be.
Could have been a good podcast.
So yeah, so it turns out she confronts him.
Denies.
The whole summer. No.
Oh, he comes
He
clean?
admits to it. But here's where it gets really crazy. He admits to it, mostly. He doesn't feel bad about it. He acts like it's not even a bad thing he did. It's like an oops.
No, bro, that's so bad.
Yeah. So all of a sudden now me and Emma are like worried about him.
Where's the money?
There's no money.
There's no money, but where's...
He didn't sell the books.
How do you live? Like, you know what I'm saying?
He just had money saved up.
So he just took out of his savings until...
This kid was weird. he didn't spend much money. He would eat old food. He would ask Miss Jones for snacks every day. He ate month-old birthday cake from another first year's birthday for a month.
What? Don't lie, kids. Don't lie.
Anyway, yeah, and so me and Em are now worried about him.
Don't lie.
We're like, he needs help. He obviously, has trouble feeling remorse for things he's done.
Yeah, you kind of end up recognizing some of those psychological discrepancies,
So
to put it lightly.
now here's the sad part is everyone in our org. So not only did no one quit, every single person in our org hit Sizzler.
Oh, no.
Andres, this kid had 7 customers.
All summer.
He sold like 12 units. Something like that. And then, but here's the shitty part. I was the only one who knew. Emma didn't even tell the other student leaders. So I had to not only live with that kid for weeks, I had to watch him put on the 200 unit shirt.
And no, he was lying about it.
Yeah. And I couldn't say anything. Like, how do you
What was that like
wear
for
that
you?
shirt? How do you put on that shirt after you've been caught
Lying.
and have any
Gall.
yeah,
The fucking balls.
like
Not even balls.
That's
The-
so
the-
like people work. I didn't hit 200 units till like my second summer, and I didn't get a shirt for it because of my second summer. I didn't get a unit shirt till end of my third summer, and he's wearing that shit for doing nothing.
Shame. No shame. Wow. Where is he now? Who knows?
I don't know. Emma and Amy are trying to help him because he's still fucked up in the head.
Poor kid.
Yeah, I mean he's a good kid. It's just like
We love you, dude. Just
yeah,
figure it out.
he's a good kid. It's just like, dude, when I found that out, I was like,
It's just a
this is gonna be a good story.
World, bro.
Yeah. Like I was like, man, it's gonna be a good story.
We need a good stat patter story every once in a while.
You're welcome. As it was happening, I was like, man,
This is gonna be a lot fun.
Yeah. But yeah,
Bro, we've arrived.
we have arrived.
How do you feel? Was this okay? Did you have a good time?
I had a great time.
We don't have to air this part if you don't want to.
Nah, this is part of it.
I mean, sure. Look, we do this and we just hope that the person that's telling us our stories is enjoying it, because it's, I mean, at the end of sure, we get sponsored and paid and all this shit, but the key, my goal is to never have a single guest go, that was not worth my time.
No,
So
this
far,
was
150 and
this is worth the flight.
we're still, hey, I'm glad, dude. I'm glad. Plus, Portland doesn't suck.
Doesn't suck.
Wouldn't move to here.
Wouldn't move to here.
Maybe.
Nope. Not
Even
even.
like a possibility,
No.
Columbia,
For like reasons.
fair enough. They're not that liberal.
And that's not the biggest thing. It's also stupid expensive for no reason.
Yeah, that was something I had to figure. I came
Like,
from
if I'm gonna
Nebraska.
pay
I came
that
from
much-
Nebraska, which is one of the cheapest states to live
Yeah.
in.
If I'm gonna pay this much,
To like the
I'll
second most expensive.
I'll live
state
in
to
New York.
Yeah, this is like I think it's like California, New York, and then Oregon.
I'd much
Portland
rather live in.
specifically.
I'd much rather live in New York City than
It
here.
was Oregon. For me, it was New York City, NYC, literally Manhattan, or here, like mid downtown Portland. And had to see about a girl, so
Worked out.
she's great.
Yeah,
Love her to death.
she's pretty great.
Yeah, not bad. But yeah, man, this has been your Ponytails podcast episode.
It has
Holy shit, we did it, bro!
the first one
So far, it's your best episode
so far.
Hell yes, sir. Thank you so much. I gotta say, I'm proud of you. I got to meet you and get to know you this weekend, which is a rare thing I don't get to do with most of our guests. But I'm glad that this is the one that we got to know each other on. It's been a pleasure having you here. Looking forward to hanging out tomorrow.
Pleasure being here.
Looking forward to having this thing air and have it be shared and people taking in what you have to say. And
Yeah, sorry it's so long.
no, it's never.
Also not sorry.
Don't ever. Yeah, I don't ever apologize. Look, if people are always like, "Do you mean if everybody did?" No. When we had
It just
guests, we're like,
happens.
I don't know that I can talk for an hour. Like, look,
No.
we always
I knew
aim,
I had a lot to talk about.
just so you guys know, we always aim to have it be the shortest episode possible, and it turns out into this. So
I
it's
need to
not
tell
like-
my dog bite story.
I mean, you could do it now, or we could do it for the next. And
We'll save it for the next one.
story for another time then.
Story for another time.
But yeah, man, this has been episode number 150, special edition. We got this camera, this camera, this camera.
Go on,
Tell the
world what
people
you got going on.
what you got going on.
Shout out Hot Ones.
Yeah.
We're
If
not
you guys
talking
want to book up Jacob for your next wedding,
Oh yeah.
big ass
If you're getting
events.
married, call me.
If you got to do something where you need a quality video shot for you, and I'm talking about like world class. I'm not like fucking some dude on YouTube. I'm talking about like some dude that can really do the job for you. You don't gotta look for the
Got a
newest
shot
alumni
all
here.
fans.
And if you want to show your tits
No,
on there,
no, that's not what
Oh.
I'm saying. I'm saying a guy that shot OnlyFans
oh
skill.
yeah, he's not doing OnlyFans anymore.
No.
So just kidding
And
about
Red
that.
Bull.
Oh, Red Bull. Also, Red Bull hopefully hires you to go all over the world, and then I'm your assistant, dude.
You're my assistant.
I'll lick the bottom of your shoes.
Just
If that's what your assistant does.
keep him clean, yeah.
That's right, sir. On that note, peace out, everybody. Thanks so much. This has been episode 150. Make sure you follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, all the things that you're on. Leave us a review, follow our newsletter, all that shit. Thank you so much. God bless. Peace out, everybody.
Pick up.
Bye.
Shut down the internet.